Get the recording going. How's it going?
So far, so good. And you?
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm the first
Working.
person to join.
Yeah, sure, you might be the only person joining. Who knows? But
Oh,
listen, people ask for it, I give it to them. That's fine. As advertised. You
okay.
know,
I'd be surprised if I'm the only one.
That's okay. I've had a few sessions Q&As where it was only like one person, which is okay. They ask all the questions, then I just put the replay up in the chat, and everybody checks it out on their own time. So that works fine too.
Well, I guess you won't be surprised I have some questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, it is the Zoom Q&A, literally.
Okay.
Like questions and answers.
All right. So you tell me when you want to start.
Yeah, we can start right now.
Okay. Um, so I've been looking into trying to understand as much as I can. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better, slowly but surely. Um, I noticed that the blue chips on StellaSwap almost all include Glimmer.
Right. Yeah, that's the main gas token of Moonbeam.
I
That's why they
know,
include that.
but why does StellaSwap have to be tied to Moonbeam so closely?
Well, because they are a Moonbeam network. The StellaSwap DEX. That's where they operate. Yeah, that's what they decided on. So,
And so it seems like just about every position, though, is going to be very similar to the other if you go
well,
just to the
they're
blue
not all
chips.
tied to Glimmer, but
I think
a
there
lot
was
of them
only
are.
two or three out of 12 that didn't.
I mean, you don't have to use StellaSwap. Like the way I use StellaSwap is just the initial case study to
Yeah,
kind of get you through the door.
yeah.
Then, like I will be once I finish with the course update, which I'm working on right now. It's gonna be like a V2 closely synced. Like I'll add you guys all to that course once it's done because I'm building it in parallel. It's like a separate course membership that I'm building.
Yeah,
I'm revamping everything, like every single video, every single lesson, like it's gonna be a completely different course. So I'm working on that. So once I'm done with that, then I'll work on a. It probably won't even be a StellaSwap course. I'll probably rebrand to just Next Level DeFi, and it's gonna be just like a Next Level DeFi course, like the one you have now, with StellaSwap being the case study. Then it'll be Next Level DeFi Advanced, where I give you like range strategies and how to use automation with Beefy and how to like research other farms and other chains. So that way, after that, you have access to like all the other networks and chains which are gonna
so
have every single token imaginable, not
okay,
just
so you
not just
consider
Glimmer.
those things advanced because that's kind of where I was going with my questions.
Yeah, well, they're kind of advanced. The basics is just, you get in, you learn how to get your money into like one case study, which is StellaSwap DEX, which is one DEX on one network, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And then you kind of, get comfortable with that. And then you're like, okay, what else is there, right? So then you can go to Beefy, and they have like 20 different networks with
right.
100 different DEXs with
Yeah,
thousands of tokens. Like, and you can just choose whichever one, and then you use DeFi Llama to research all these farms and tokens, and the coin market cap, obviously for the tokens, DeFi Llama for like correlation, things like that. So, and I'll be talking about that. I mean, people are already kind of doing that. I just didn't put out like a formal kind of advanced course like Next Level DeFi Advanced. That's next on the hit list, and you guys are gonna get that for like 297 probably, like 40% off. So that way I can get your feedback and like that's my process. Like I put it out, I get feedback, then I improve it, and
yeah.
then I sell it for a full price, as it gets better.
So if you go to app.beefy.com and you
Yeah,
choose a liquidity pool that's on Uniswap, do you have
right.
to put your crypto in a different account, not Moonbeam, or a different platform?
Yeah, I mean, it depends what kind of network, what kind of blockchain you want to do it. You can do it on Avalanche, you can do it on Base, you can do it. I think they support like 20 different blockchains. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's minimum, maybe more. I'll research when I,
Well,
start
I
doing
guess
the
my
advanced
question
stuff.
is, can you still use Moonbeam if you go to the Uniswap?
Yeah, Uniswap is on Moonbeam. I'm not sure what kind of pools they have, but yeah, but you can switch to other, EVM compatible networks on on MetaMask, you can set up like Avalanche network. You can set up Base. You can set up whatever, and all of those have their own dexes, decentralized exchanges, and their own pools without Glimmer.
And
To
can
your
you
question.
move? can you say you set up an Avalanche account? Can you move your crypto, or can you move some crypto from Moonbeam to Avalanche
Yeah,
inside the wallet without gas
yeah.
fees?
That's what's well, there are going to be gas fees. You can't do
There are.
anything without gas fees. Yet. They're working on that. Like gasless transactions. Yeah, they're talking about it, but the gas fees are tiny. I mean, you're talking about a couple of cents.
Right. Yeah,
So
I did notice that too. Yeah.
it's not like, oh no, I'm getting charged $3. No, you get charged like pennies. So it's nothing unless you're on Ethereum layer one. The fees are negligible. But that's what Squid Router is for. Basically, you can use it to route the tokens from Moonbeam to Avalanche or to Base or sorry, Arbitrum. Phantom. That's the wallet in Solana. Don't worry about that. You don't need that unless you want to do some Solana farming. Because MetaMask doesn't support Solana, just so you understand. MetaMask doesn't support every single network. It only supports EVM compatible networks, which is basically like Ethereum virtual machine compatible
Okay.
networks,
All
like
right.
Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain, Base. That's a layer two. Moonbeam. That they're all EVM compatible. So that's why you can use one wallet, MetaMask, with all of them, and just use Squid Router to shift the tokens between networks, like the same way you were doing. When you were getting it from Base to Moonbeam. Same process, same interface, just different networks. That's it.
All right. So if you're on the StellaSwap platform, can you use crypto that you have in your base account, or does it have to be in Moonbeam?
No, no, you can if it's on base, you're gonna have to provide liquidity to a DEX on base, like Velodrome, for example. You know,
Oh,
if you wanna provide liquidity to a DEX on Moonbeam, like onto StellaSwap, that's only on Moonbeam. So yeah, your funds obviously have to be on Moonbeam.
okay.
But you can do both. It's not like you have to choose one or the other. You can do both at the same time. You
Yeah.
can provide liquidity on
Yeah.
StellaSwap and on other decks on
Yeah.
Avalanche and other decks on whatever base. I mean,
Well, I'm gonna
however
take
you want.
baby steps first, so I'm not ready for all that.
See, exactly. Like that's what I was saying, that it's advanced. See, because like a lot of people, their model is like they give you everything at once. They're like, oh, we'll give you 10 networks, 10 dexes, like a debanked dashboard, and then people like, what the hell? Like I'm lost. Like I went the other way around. I basically, get teach people how to ride the bicycle, right? Just with StellaSwap, with one dex, one network, have them go through that process like a zillion times so they get comfortable with wallets, with operations, with Squid Router, right? These are all like basics. Like when you're learning to drive a car, right? You have to learn the basics first. Gas, brake, wheel, like changing speeds if you're doing the manual thing, right? Before you start doing, drifting and crazy turns and, aggressive. Like people are like, oh, give me all of that. I'm like, but you're gonna get confused. And then you're
Yeah.
gonna blow up our support and we won't
Yeah.
be able to support you. And
Yeah.
because then
Okay.
think about it this way. How would I support people if they're like accessing 10 different networks on 10 different dexes on
Yeah.
6 different wallets?
Yeah.
Like it would be a mess. Like, I wouldn't even know what the hell they're talking about when they're like, "Oh, I'm stuck here and here. What network are you on? What wallet are you using? What dex are you on?" And they all have different interfaces. Like so
Yeah.
like
Well, I'm
logistically
just
it doesn't
asking
work.
all this because I'm trying to learn.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not.
it's
I'm
fine.
not
It's
trying
fine.
to. I mean, in no way am I criticizing. I'm just
No,
asking.
no, there's no criticizing. I've been doing this for a long time, and this is the only way that I found to like effectively provide
Yeah.
support for
No.
complete beginners, in a crowdsourced kind of way. And I mean, my business is still a startup. I'm still learning all this stuff as I'm going. I'm not saying
Okay.
my stuff is perfect and I figured it all out. Like, no, I'm still figuring it out. But, at least I figured out this one part, which is how to get complete beginners into DeFi with StellaSwap, how to get them making money and how to teach them how to take that money back into their bank account. That's it. The one thing. That's the basic, right? And then advanced is all that stuff you're talking about, which is like all this analytics and different networks and different dexes and automation through Beefy. Yeah, that's the next step. That's not
Okay.
like right away.
All right. Well, do you want to say hello to Greg before I start dominating the whole
No,
session?
you can keep going. If Greg wants to chime in, you can ask questions.
I don't
No,
mind.
Greg.
Mine is real quick. I've got some coins on that were in a V3 pool that I tried to
Yeah.
move over into a V4, and so I was getting it out of V3, and I can't find the coins, and so
Okay.
I put in a help ticket in StellaSwap, and you can see the chat, the Telegram chat. I attracted a scammer, but
Yeah,
I
happens
didn't
every
bite.
time. That's every time. I open the ticket there. Every time they try to get me into like a private Discord server,
Yeah,
masquerading. Yeah, it's a
heard that.
problem. StellaSwap team is aware of it. There's nothing they can do about it because it's Discord. So any like scammer, as soon as they ban them, they just rejoin. There's nothing you can
Got it.
do. Like and that's why they put that little warning on the ticket, like,
Yes.
don't give your seed phrase, don't like,
Mhm.
because they pretend. People that are like more, experienced, they know like not to give their seed phrase. But I had a student
Yeah.
of mine that did that before asking me, and they scammed for like 30 grand. I'm like, why would you give them your seed phrase? In my course, if you notice, I don't know how many times I put that in the course. I mean, every goddamn lesson, it's like, do not give your seed phrase to anybody, even me. Don't give it to anybody,
And
nobody.
you even said put it on paper and don't store it anywhere electronically, didn't you?
Yeah, like put it on paper, put it in a safe, and that's it. And like, don't even
So,
take it out unless you like need to restore it or do something with it. You never need to actually like look at it. Like that's only for emergencies.
Vadim, they asked for my public wallet address. I thought that was harmless to give
Oh,
out
that's
because then they
fine.
could just give
Yeah,
me the money, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. The
okay,
public
but
address,
I
you can
didn't
give that
bite.
to
I didn't
anybody.
tell them anything, but I thought that the public wallet is, yeah, you can give that to anybody, and then they can give you money. They can't take money
Yeah,
out just because they
that
have
that's
your
like for
address.
them to send you money or to look on the blockchain to see like your transactions and stuff. I mean, unless you want to be like anonymous, you shouldn't give it to scammers. But
No, I'm not going to.
even if you do give it to scammers, the public address, there's nothing they can do with it. Nothing.
Great.
They can just send you money. Okay, here's my address. Send me some ETH. Great. Like I'll take it. I'm not proud. Like
Cool.
yeah. So yeah, you're fine as long
Yep.
as you don't give him the seed phrase. Because what caught my previous student was he's like, I didn't give him the seed phrase. I just typed it into a website. I'm like, are you serious? That's like
Ooh,
giving your seed phrase. Like, but guess whose website it was? It was the scammer's website.
yeah.
Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Wow.
So if you email me your seed phrase, it's like it's not the same as like you giving me the seed phrase. Like what do you mean? Giving is just like me showing up at your house and you like give me a paper with your seed phrase. But listen, people still have this kind of idea of like help desk and support in a way,
Hmm.
like when you're like at a bank, like a centralized
Yeah.
bank, and you can call in. No, this is
Yeah.
like decentralized finance. This is a different animal. Like this is not how this works.
It's the Wild West out here. We just got to be
Yeah, you gotta
careful.
be careful. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's why they put in that support, the ticket support system, the style swap, to
Yeah.
combat that. Because now there's literally like a support sub channel in the Discord. You open a ticket, which only the team has access to, and within that ticket chat, they help you out. So they figured it out. But this camera still, as soon as they see you type like a message in the general, they're like, "Oh, do you need extra support? Click on this link." And they're like, "Come on."
Oh,
You
they
know,
found me. I didn't even put something in the general. I just went straight over to the StellaSwap thing, and then they had the help ticket, started help ticket
yeah.
in the left-hand column. Because I remember you don't ask in the general. You go to the left-hand
Yeah,
column
yeah.
that says
Support,
open
open the
ticket,
new ticket. They
and they
see.
found me.
Yeah,
So
that's okay. Don't worry about it. As long
I'm
as you
not.
like
I'm
don't
not.
interact with them, you can report them if you want. They'll ban them, but it doesn't matter. They'll just come back
All
So
right.
within
Greg,
5 minutes.
what'd they
Yep.
say about you can't find your crypto?
Yeah.
I haven't heard back from StellaSwap's help yet. So it's been 14 hours. So I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
worried.
They'll get back to it. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the tokens are somewhere. Like, put it
Yeah.
this way, it's not, the tokens will never just disappear. They're gonna be in your wallet, or they're gonna be in the V3 position, or they're gonna be in the V4 position. That's it. Those are the only places they could be. Three
Hmm.
places. Either there, or there. I mean, so if it's not in your wallet, right? And they'll take a look at that because you give them your wallet address.
Yeah.
They'll take a look, right? They're like, okay, it's not, they can see what's in your wallet. They just go to an explorer like Moonscan and they'll see every single token in your wallet. So if they're not
Yeah.
there, then obviously it's either in V3 or in V4. If it's not in V4, then it's stuck in V3 and it's just a bug of them, like you not being able to get it out. And
If
if
it's
that
stuck
happens, they can
in
manually get it out.
Okay, if it's stuck
So
in
it's okay.
V3, would it appear as that NFT that I found in my wallet?
If it's stuck, it could be just like a bug. Cause some people had that
Okay.
issue. I saw in the chat some guy pressed
Yeah.
exit and he didn't get the tokens and the position closed. So they looked at it and they did some kind of manual release thing and the tokens just came back. But
Okay.
either way, don't worry. Your tokens will be return,
So
like one way or
I'm not
another.
worried, Nadim. You would not
Yeah.
pick these guys if you didn't trust them.
Nah,
And
nah. They're a super solid team. They're
yeah,
all OG Bitcoiners. They got plenty of money, and they're making plenty of money now because they're like the dominant Polkadot deck. So like all the volume that's coming in, you see, they're making money in every transaction, and we're making money with them. So it's
yeah,
like, nah, there's no point. They're building this business to be huge. You know, that's why I kind of get on the ground floor
yep.
because
so why does anything to do with NFT enter the picture once you liquidate your position?
no,
It
NFT
shouldn't.
is just a placeholder
Yeah.
to basically like like when you open position, the NFT records like the tokens that you have in your position. That's it. So they can kind of identify your position by your NFT ID. It's in your
Oh,
system
okay.
basically. That's
Okay.
all it is. There's
All right.
nothing in the NFT itself. It's not worth anything. It's just like a placeholder for your open position. So each
Okay.
position that is opened, it creates an NFT, and then basically if you need to troubleshoot, you just do a support ticket, open a support ticket, and you say, oh my NFT ID is like 278, and then the team can
Okay.
look at that NFT ID and see what the hell is going on,
Okay. I got it.
and then and
All
then
right.
see all the tokens.
Here's all right. Let's go back to very, very basics here. Greg,
Yep.
let me know if I'm annoying you. When we choose a liquidity pool, we fund say $500 worth of crypto into two cryptos, right? Say it's um USDC and Glimmer. Okay.
Okay.
Now, as long as people are trading or exchanging Glimmer and USDC, you get a piece of the action. Is
No,
that
no,
right?
no. There's also the rewards. So the rewards you get all the time, even when there is no trading activity. That's
That's
two
just for
separate things.
depositing your crypto there.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Okay.
like liquidity incentive. So it's three things. It's basically trading fees, right? Which depends on the volume. That's kind of, that varies, that
Yeah.
fluctuates.
Yeah.
Then there is rewards from StellaSwap, like if you
Yeah.
saw it. And there's
Okay.
also like liquidity incentives. And then there's also grants from like Moonbeam, Polkadot, that's like also liquidity incentives. So there's
So
three kind of buckets.
they're showing their appreciation for you putting your
Well,
depositing your
yeah. Well,
crypto into their
they want
pool.
to have liquidity on their network, and in
Okay.
order to attract you to deposit that liquidity, they give
Okay.
you rewards. You know.
So why does each liquidity pool need to have a range then?
What do you mean? No, the range is for the trading fees. And you're providing liquidity at a certain price range. So the liquidity is concentrated. It's
Why
not you're
does it
not.
matter?
It matters. What do you mean? Why range matters?
Yeah. I mean, why couldn't it just
It
be I have it in here that regardless of what the price is,
Nah,
everybody's
no. That's the old style. That's the V2. See, that's
uh
inefficient because that's how it used to be done, where basically you just put the money in the farm, like exactly what you're talking about, and then
yeah.
you just get whatever all the trading fees. But the problem with that is that you're providing liquidity for a price range from 0 to infinity, right? And like most trading doesn't happen from 0 to infinity, right? It happens in a very tight price range because the traders don't trade 0 to infinity. They're trading, for example, Glimmer is trading between 10 cents and 15 cents, right? And that's the price range where all the activity happens. And if you're providing liquidity in that price range, 10 to 15 cents, right? You're collecting all the fees from all the activity that happens there. And if you don't, then you don't get the fees or the rewards, actually, both.
Okay, so let's go there. So I have USDC, which is really going to stay very
Oh,
stable.
that's $1.
It's
That's always
pegged to the
$1.
dollar.
Yeah.
And then, but the Glimmer, say it goes up and it goes past the range. Okay.
Right.
So if I started off and it was 50-50 in terms of my investment, what happens? What would if I liquidate right when it goes out of the range, what would I
When
get?
you liquidate, what do you mean? When you exit the position? Is what you're
Exit the
saying?
position.
Yeah. Basically, it's always concentrated towards the less valuable asset. That's
Yeah.
that's that's the rule of thumb. So
Yeah.
basically, if Glimmer is worth less, then the USDC side of things is gonna go to 100% Glimmer. And when you liquidate, when you exit the position, that's what you're gonna get, all Glimmer, basically, and vice versa.
If it was converted to fiat, if it was converted to dollars, would it
Yeah.
said so you started with $1,000 investment because you had 500 USDC and 500 Glimmer, and the price of Glimmer goes up out of your range, what would be the value of your position then?
Oh, I don't know. I can't calculate that like in real time. It depends.
I mean,
It'll show you the
wouldn't it
value of
still
position.
be $1,000 at least?
No, no, no. There's also impermanent loss, basically. You know, if the things would diverge, you know, because, for example, USDC is always $1, but Glimmer would go to like, 50 cents. You would go away from that, you know. You would
Yeah.
have IL. There's a whole formula I can send it to you, but you don't really need to know this because it will calculate it for you automatically. It will show you the value of your position. So, the trick, what I would say is to not exit when you're at a permanent loss. Because when you exit a permanent loss, that impermanent loss becomes permanent loss. See? So you might want
I don't
to
if the
wait.
value of the Glimmer went up, why are you in a negative position?
Yeah, well, because it's not correlated. It's not moving together. USDC is always $1.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
it has
why
to
is
go together.
USDC so often one of the two? You know it's not going to move. So unless you're picking a cryptocurrency that's going to not move, and then you'll gain.
Well, listen, that's the bet that it's not going to move, right? That it's going to stay the same price. If it's staying the same price, then the value stays the same. If a Glimmer is like 10 cents for the next 3 months, right? And
Yeah.
USDC is $1 for the next 3 months, then you have no IL, no IG either, no permanent gain either. You'll
Just have
just stay in
trading
it.
fees.
Yeah, you'll just collect fees. That's what you're betting on. If you want correlated assets, then you'll go for dot Glimmer because they move together. They move up together. They move down together. See, that's the correlation I was
Okay.
talking about on
So
DeFi
you
Llama.
should never get a pool that includes something like peg to the dollar unless you
No,
think that
it,
other.
it's it's not. Yeah, it's basically if you think it's gonna stay basically in the same spot, then it's okay. But if USDC stays and the other token starts moving, then it's not correlated, right? That will incur IL. Yeah, if you want, I can send you a link. That will in Google and StellaSwap docs, they have a whole impermanent loss thing, and there's like a
uh,
formula. There's like a,
uh, don't say that.
but that's advanced stuff.
Don't
Yeah,
send it
but
yet. Yeah.
but basically, all you have to understand is that they have to be correlated. They have to move together, up or
Okay.
down.
So then I think I was doing the DeFi Llama stuff wrong because I was going for numbers close to zero. And
No,
that
you have
means
to
they're
go
not correlated. So I
not
should go for
correlated.
close to
Yes,
one.
yes, as close to
And
one as possible.
do you
That's
look for 1 day, 1 week, or 1 year, or which selection?
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, depends how long you plan to hold that position. If you're just trading in and out, then I guess 1 day is okay. But I would go for longer time frames. Go at least like 3 months, 6 months. Make sure it's correlated long term. But like it's also, previous history is not a guarantee of future performance, right?
No, I
Like
know, but it gives
these
you an
tokens are
idea.
correlated today, yeah, but it gives you a good idea of the historical correlation. So yeah, you got to go for like as close to one as possible. Like
Oh, I
that
did it
Glimmer,
backwards.
it's pretty correlated. That's okay. We all make mistakes, but yeah, basically the higher the higher number, the closer to one, the more correlation. So like that Glimmer, very correlated. Like ETH, BTC, very correlated, almost like one, because they're always moving kind of together, but not always. See, like Bitcoin did a huge run, and Ethereum just stayed right at like 2,700, 3,000, while Bitcoin. So that correlation broke. It wasn't too correlated this past year, but if you go into like a year, like 2, 3 year, right, correlation history, then it is correlated, right?
Yep.
Because they kind of move together.
So if I think Glimmer's going to move, I should not have it in a liquidity pool with USDC.
Yeah, because USDC is gonna stay the same.
So I
Glimmer's
should
gonna
not.
move.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's gonna they're gonna
Um,
they're gonna diverge basically.
Now what about Tether? Is that pegged to the dollar?
Yeah, that's always a buck. Yeah, that's why if you go into like a stable pool, USDC, USDT, That's perfectly correlated. That's like 1. The correlation is 1. It's not going anywhere. They're both staying at $1, perfectly correlated. That's why you get, 20, 30% yield, not 150. Because don't forget, like the higher yield is also, and the rewards are meant to compensate you
The
for
risk.
higher impermanent loss.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. And long term, if you're into correlated assets, they tend to go up unless you're in a shit coin that goes to zero. Well, in that case, like it is what it is, right? You have to do your research on the token itself.
So I know this is thin ice for you to walk on, but do you ever say, hey, look at this coin? I think it's I'm bullish on this coin. Maybe you should include that. You're not ever going to do that.
Nah, because first of all, that's financial advice. Second of all, that's like my subjective opinion. Like I don't have a crystal, ball. I don't know what that coin is gonna do. I'll say it does one thing and then does another thing. And what? Then I told people the wrong thing and then they're gonna blame me, right? Like in this thing, like I teach the mechanics, I teach how to do it. I can give my opinion, and people can take it under advisement or not. But I'm never gonna say people, oh, put it in this farm and put it in that farm, and it's not like trading calls, right? Like, cause he used to like trading groups. All right, Greg. All right, take care, Greg. It's not like trading, like where there's some guy making calls. He's like, oh, I think you have this is a good entry point. This is like good exit point. And like kind of like a calls group. That then you have to do like technical analysis, and I don't know how good that is because technical analysis is just you're seeing what everybody else is doing. It's like a crowd kind of group think kind of. If everybody does technical analysis, then it works. Like that's how I think about it. In reality, though, I mean, you just have to kind of put your liquidity into pools with solid assets and ones that are highly correlated, right, or completely correlated, like stable pools, right? If you don't want any risk, don't even want to think about any of this stuff, there's always that option. Just put your money at stable pool, and that's it. Like,
Okay. But you should never put your money in a farm in all right, you should never invest in a farm that has USD or USDC or USDT unless you think the other coin is going to stay the same price. Is that right?
yeah, about the same range. Yeah. Well, not never, because it also depends on fees, right? So even if it starts moving, but the fees are like 1,000%, but the APR is 1,000%, then it will still make sense, right? So I mean, never is a strong word. It's all basically the formula is simple. It's like, um, am I gonna make more on the fees and rewards than I'll lose in the permanent loss? And also you think where the price is gonna go, right? So you're kind of betting. Is the price gonna stay about the same? So that means my position is gonna, stay the same, and I'll make the fees. And also another plus on a stable, like having one side of the pair being stable, is that it's never gonna go to like zero decrease, right? So you can
Yeah.
kind of bet on that, because for example, if the two tokens are correlated, right? For example, like to your thinking, let's say you have dot glimmer pair and you have glimmer USDC, you know like it can't ever go like down to like zero, or go super down. If they both correlated, if they both go down, then the value of position is going to decrease, right? But if only one side goes down but the other one is a stable, then you're gonna like lose less. The IL is gonna be less, because one of the tokens doesn't go down as much. Yeah, it's kind of like a curve, like there's less loss, but then if it goes really down, more than USDC, then the IL increases. Yeah, it's not like straightforward, it's basically the basics is they have to stay correlated, yeah, to avoid IL, and the fees and the rewards you get, they're meant to offset that risk that you take of IL.
So the holy
That's it.
grail I'm looking for is a farm with two coins that are going to rise.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want two
So
coins that are going up at the same speed,
yeah,
and
yeah,
with high
yeah, yeah,
fees, so
yeah,
you can collect
yeah.
all of that. So
So that's
so your
not going to
position,
be US. That's never going to be USDT or
no,
USDC.
no,
Never.
no, never. Yeah, that's more for if the because obviously USDC is staying in one place, $1. It's not going anywhere, and we know
Right.
this. That is a
Yeah.
fact,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The other token, if it's still hovering about the same place, then great. You just kind of, collect your fees, rewards, and you hang out and you're making money, right? Also, in like a bear market, if it goes down, you're kind of half protected against losing value because half of your position isn't stable. So that's
Yeah.
not going down less than $1, And if the other coin goes down a little bit, then they're still more or less correlated, but you lost less. But you don't lose until you exit though the position. That's the
I
thing.
know. I understand. Just like
Like
stocks.
it's all impermanent until you make it permanent, and you make an executive decision like, okay, like I hate this pool, I like that pool over there making 1,000%. Why the hell am I in this thing? Like I'm out, and you just kind of take the IL and you switch over to another pool, and you make more money there. Like you just make up the IL and then some.
All
That's
right.
kind of
So
the logic
speaking
there.
of slippage, I'm not sure I really understand how that works, but you're looking at your dashboard and you say, I think I want to exit this position. And the dashboard
Yeah,
says that position is worth $500.
yeah.
And you liquidate. Are you going to get $500?
Yeah, unless like you say, slippage is basically when there's not enough liquidity to exit the position, and you might not get the best price. So that's what liquidity is. But then the cure for that is just don't exit the whole thing. You can exit like a piece of it.
I never
You know.
thought of that.
Yeah, like for example, when you trade, then you get like one token to another, and you have like the slippage is high. You just half it, and you just exchange half of that, and there's enough liquidity for that, and the slippage goes down. You know,
Okay. So if I
that's
have
that's
a
that's the trick
position
to that.
farm with USDT and DOT, all I really have to watch is the polka dot, right?
Yeah, yeah. See what it does,
Yeah.
because if it like doubles in price, yeah, you're gonna have IL. Because obviously the stable coin is gonna stay the same,
Yeah.
and the other token doubles, so they're not correlated anymore, obviously, because one is staying in the same place, the other one is flying.
So even if polka dot started a move, you need to get out.
Well, once again, it's impermanent loss, right? It's starting
Yeah.
to move, but what if it moves and then it goes back down, right? Then it's the same. You don't really lose anything. So it also depends. Do you think it's making like a move, like a serious move, and it's gonna stay there? For example, it's like a $5, right? That, and then it goes to 10, and then it goes back down to 5. So it didn't really move. It just kind of fluctuated, and all that's gonna happen is if you're out of range, you just don't collect the fees for that time. That's it. So you can just hang out and wait and see what it does. And if you think it's going to 100 Polkadot, then obviously yeah, you should like get out of that position.
Okay.
Because you don't want to. Because
Otherwise, it's just noise.
yeah, otherwise it just fluctuates. It's volatile. I mean, Polkadot is not that volatile. If it's going to like all of a sudden 100, we would notice. I doubt that. But once again, I can't give like recommendation where it's gonna go because I don't know. That's the thing. All these traders giving like people advice, they don't really know themselves. Like
Right.
I'm in a Russian trading group. We're like number 3 in the world. We're like in the trading competition. Like we have like 750 people in there. We move like 4 billion a year in trades. So like I see all the inside. I get all the inside information. I know all the tokens they're investing in. Like and it's basically just guesswork. That's all it is. You're just
Yeah.
looking at the market sentiment. You're looking at the price action. You're looking at like the liquidity providers, the market makers like Wintermute, what they're doing. Like they're reading tarot cards. They're like it's all kind of shit. But it's all just educated guesswork. Nobody really knows. The only ones
Yeah.
that know are like if you own the token and you're gonna do something and it's gonna dump. Well, that's insider trading. That's not trading anymore or reading charts.
Right.
That's like inside trading. Yeah,
Yeah. I
then
saw
then you know.
I saw one YouTube video where a guy said, I think it was Goldfinch was going to go up, and it was 10 months ago, and it was at 181. I said, well, I'm going to look and see what it is now, and it's like $1.18. So it didn't go
Yeah,
up.
yeah. That's why liquidity mining is much more reliable. Because you understand the risk, you understand what you're getting. You don't need to commit to like one trade. you shift it into various price ranges, into various buckets, into various farms, and you kind of, maybe even various networks with other dexes. You can kind of, spread your risk or take no risk. If you just invest just in stable farms, no IL there,
Yeah.
no problem. Like you don't even have to think about these things. That's if you want to juice your returns, right? Like that's when you're kind of setting tight ranges, going into like riskier tokens, setting up like ladders of ranges if you want. So as the price moves, you kind of collect fees on every level. Like it's and you can also choose how much capital you deploy to each like range and to each position,
Yeah.
right? And to each farm. So I mean, there's like limitless amounts of like risk management strategies, right?
So, all right. So you said when you do that, two things. One, make sure you're okay if you have just those two tokens. No matter what, you don't want to be disappointed if you end up with one of those tokens.
Yeah.
Number two, before you go into a position like that, do your research about these tokens. So where do you go for this research?
Coin market cap is a good place to start. Plus the white papers you can check out, like to read about the tech and what the token is. Plus you can see the price action also historically on coin market cap. They have that, right? Then DeFi Llama for the correlation. So you can like type in a token and see, what the correlation is. You can
Oh
also
yeah,
see the
you can see
correlation,
it.
you can see like the number of it, but even if you don't see the number, you can kind of open up two windows of coin market cap with those two coins on the same time
Yeah.
horizon, right?
Just look
And
at the
just
chart.
and see, yeah, look at the chart and see how the price action is. Like, if the charts look similar, then obviously they're correlated. But if it's like one's going like this, another one's like that, obviously they're not getting correlated. Like, duh, like
Doesn't matter if it's 2,000% APY.
yeah, because you're gonna get like killed on the IL basically when the token moves again. But then again, no, I mean, if it's 2,000% APY and you have IL, maybe you'll earn enough to offset the IL and make a profit. Also, technically, that could be true. You know,
Oh, well,
yeah. So I
that's
mean, the
where it gets
correlation,
complicated.
yeah, the correlation is not like everything, but obviously the perfect scenario is when you have no IL, they're perfectly correlated, like stable coins. Those are perfectly correlated. They can't go down because they're always a dollar. So, you have no price risk, right? Because if you have like two correlated assets and they both go down in price simultaneously, you're gonna lose value. Your position is gonna be worth less. And if both of those tokens go up in value, your position is going to be worth more, obviously, because they're correlated, you know? Like, that's it.
So do you generally stick with the blue chips or do you have a certain percentage of blue chips and a certain percentage that's more high
I'm
risk?
mostly in stables, to be honest, like 80%.
Really?
Yeah, like I just do that. And then like the other 20 I just kind of split between like blue chips like, Stella Glimmer because I don't mind holding either Stella or Glimmer. So if I end up with
That's
100%
what I was
Stella or
saying.
Glimmer, I don't give a shit because I think both of them are going to go up in the long time frame. So it doesn't matter. I'll hold it. It's fine.
So
That is if I exit the position. See,
yeah,
you only get 100% if you exit.
you agree with StellaSwap that Glimmer is a blue chip.
Uh, hey, Sash. Yeah, obviously. It's the gas token of Moonbeam.
Obviously, it's obvious to you, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, Moonbeam is super solid. It's definitely, Glimmer is definitely never going to zero. Just like Polkadot. I'll tell you that. Like, at the very minimum. Other than that, it's your opinion, obviously, I think it's a blue chip. I mean, a gas token of any network is the blue, like Sol on Solana or ETH on Ethereum or Bitcoin, a Bitcoin network, right? Those are obviously blue chips because they are like the tokens and everything
So,
else kind of derived from them.
do you have any problem with including a farm with wrapped Bitcoin rather than regular Bitcoin?
Well, I mean, you're taking on bridge risk. That's the only problem. But if the bridge is solid, like wormhole, then it's not much of a problem, right? Because you know how bridges work. They take your crypto. Well, I can
Yeah.
explain it. It's very easy. Basically, a bridge between like two networks is for example, you want to get ETH on Moonbeam, right? For example, and you want to do it through wormhole. So what you have to do is you deposit ETH from Ethereum or from Base into like their smart contracts, right? The wormhole bridge, and they issue you ETH.WH token, right? But let's say tomorrow somebody hacks that bridge and they steal that Ethereum that you put in there, right? So now that token that you have, ETH.WH, is not backed by anything. It's just a worthless like crap token now. Obviously, that's not going to happen because it's backed by Jump Capital and they have like billions of dollars. It's a huge trading company, and they're and they have all these like safety protocols in place. So very unlikely. But at the same time, is it a non-zero possibility? Like no. The hell is this? Meeting point. Sorry. Oh, okay. I guess I'm Airbnb stuff. Yeah, so it's always better to kind of go with stay with the native assets. If you could do that, if you could, right? But
Okay.
there's not always like there's no like native ETH on Moonbeam, at least not yet. So you have to use ETH.WH wormhole. I mean, it used to be all wormhole until people started complaining, and they got USDC natively, USDT natively on Moonbeam through Polkadot. So now if you notice, the stables are all like native, which is great, in my opinion. Yep. Yeah, it's bridge risk. Like everything is risk,
Well, I
like
hope I'm asking better questions now than I did the last time I talked to you.
yeah. I mean, no questions are bad questions. That's what this Q&As are for. That's what the Telegram community is for, you know. We're like everybody starts. I mean, we kind of want to specialize in beginners, because there's a lot of other things out there for like crypto natives, people who are already comfortable, you know. That's not an interesting market because there's plenty of it out there and it's like easy, But there's not much for beginners because that's harder. And that's why I went for that market, because first of all, it's a huge market, way bigger than crypto natives,
What's
right? Like
crypto native?
it's people who are already like in crypto, they're already doing DeFi, they're doing crypto lending, they're trading, they already know what they're doing. So they don't really need me or the service that I provide, right? That's why a lot of people are like, oh, your course is expensive. I know all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, you are not my customer. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't
You
care
already
what
have
you
a
think.
wallet. You don't need to learn how to
Yeah,
do
you
it.
already have a wallet. Everything is for free on YouTube. Like I say in my webinar, like if you remember, I lay it straight out. I'm like, look, that's why I also filter out people with my webinar. I give them the free process. I show them how to do it, and I even tell them go on Google and YouTube, and you could do it, right? If you have your skill level is high enough, then you could do it for free. You don't need to pay me. Don't pay me. Like I don't want you to pay me. Like like it's okay. There's
I
like
need your
millions of people
opinion.
out
That's
there.
why I'm here.
Yeah.
No, I need your expertise, not opinions.
Yeah, exactly. You need me to walk you through it. People don't pay for the course, they pay for the comfort. They pay for the, assurances. They pay for, somebody to tell them like what to do when they get stuck or when their transaction doesn't go through or when
Right.
their money seems to be lost. It's never lost. It's always somewhere. That's the good thing about blockchain. Like you can track everything. There's no like losing things. The
Yeah.
only way you lose it if you send your money to somebody else's like wallet.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
That's literally the only way.
I still haven't figured out why that one transaction I was trying to do just got stuck and never went anywhere. You remember you told me to reboot and it worked.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes not. It's just MetaMask glitches out sometimes. It's not a perfect wallet. It glitches. I had that too. Basically it glitches. Then you reboot your computer, and it just pops through. It just goes through. That's it. It just hangs up. You know. Yeah, it happens. Like I'm
It
not
was
saying MetaMask
scary
is
for one of
perfect.
my first ones.
Yeah, but like I told you, like start with a small amount. Then it's
I
not
did.
scary. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
true.
See,
That's
if you
true.
were doing it with like $10,000 right away, you'd be like sweating bullets. You'd be like breaking out in cold sweat. You'd be like, damn, like oh man, because I had that. I used to have transactions 10,000, 50,000. And like even though I know exactly how to do it, it's still like this fear, like oh, what if I mess something up? Well, that's why you triple check the address, you triple check the network, you triple check every setting, and then you do it. you know, and before you do even that, you do it small amounts, so that way, you have muscle memory. You're familiar with these things. You get
Yeah.
comfortable. See, that's people are scared, and when they're scared, they think they can't do it. In reality, everybody can do this. They just need proper support and course and motivation. I mean, yeah, like right now, what I'm working on, is basically updating the course to be exactly synced to like what's on the web page. You know, that's why I brought another team member on my team, Mila. You know, and she's doing just that. You know, she's basically redoing all the videos. She's, you know, like, and she's gonna later keep it like updated like that. You know, every 2 weeks. Like there's gonna be a document. She's gonna check every platform. She's gonna like see what changed, make new videos, and then I'll voice them over, put in annotations, and bam, put it to the course. But that's gonna be the V2. You know, for now we're building the V2 separately. That's why people. That's
Yeah.
why the Telegram is there
Okay.
to pick up the slack for now.
So changing the subject, what'd you think about the hack from yesterday after the
The
Coinbase?
Bybit thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Bybit. Nah, actually, the owner of that trading group channel that I told you about, he's friends with the CEO of Bybit. Yeah. So like I'm getting all the insight. Nah, they're fine. Bybit is fine.
Well, I
I mean,
thought they
yeah,
lost at $1.5 billion.
1.5 billion. Yeah, it was North Korea, North Korean Lazarus Group. They hacked them. Yeah, yeah. It was a government sanctioned like hacking. Yeah, it was the Lazarus Group. They already traced them today. Yeah, it was definitely them, 100%.
But that
Yeah.
crypto's gone.
Yeah, it is. That's what happens. But there's nothing they can do with it, you know, basically, because they can't get in, but they don't care because they're North Korea, so they don't give a shit. Like, if it was like any regular guy, they would find his ass, you know, like the FBI, CIA, like they would find him. But what are you gonna do with North Korea? Those hackers are in North Korea. They got the ETH. They're gonna just probably, you know, launder it through freaking torrent cash and just, you know, pump tokens. There's like so many ways to do that. I mean, I'm not gonna get into it because I'm gonna put it on YouTube. I don't want them to like kick my ass because, you know, YouTube is very touchy about me giving out money laundering advice on videos. That would not be great. So I mean, I know how to do it. Like if I had the 1.5 billion, trust me, I know exactly how to do it, but I won't because I'm not a criminal and I don't do things like that. Like, you know, but North Koreans, they don't care. They're goddamn criminals. They're just straight up hacking, you know? Yeah, it was like a social hack. You know, that's another reason why I tell people don't keep your money on exchanges. That is literally why I keep harping on this. Like, keep money in your own wallet. And then you don't care about the exchanges, you know, because all, you know, it's in your wallet. You don't, it doesn't affect you.
So, all right, that reminds me of another question I wanted to ask you. So, right now, I have StellaSwap and I connect to my MetaMask wallet to trade. If I got one of those
Well,
hard
the other way
code,
around. You
huh?
connect MetaMask to StellaSwap, you know.
Oh, I thought it was the other way. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
anyway,
technically it doesn't matter. Like they're
all right.
connected.
So if I had a hard wallet,
Yeah.
can you use that instead of MetaMask?
No,
Free,
using it
yeah.
with MetaMask.
Yeah, you can use it with
Yeah, yeah.
MetaMask.
You're using it with
No,
MetaMask.
but can I
Yeah.
use it just no MetaMask, just the hard wallet and StellaSwap?
No, no.
Oh,
You need
yeah.
MetaMask as the Web3 wallet, like, you know,
So it
the
has to be the
internet wallet.
conduit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, like it's easier. Like Module 6 has that, where you just go and you just
Well, I
connect
watched it, but
Trezor.
I didn't catch whether you could just connect directly using that. So if you have money in your hard wallet and you want to
Yeah.
put it back in the market, you got to transfer it from your hard wallet over to MetaMask and then do it.
No.
No.
The hardware wallet just signs the transactions in MetaMask. That's it.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
don't
an
need
extra
to
step.
yeah, you don't need to transfer to MetaMask to another address
Yeah.
in MetaMask. You can use your hard wallet addresses in MetaMask.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. It's like a different wallet basically that's connected in your MetaMask, but that wallet is actually on your Trezor. That's what it is. Where if you don't use Trezor, that wallet is like in MetaMask, you know? I mean, though technically all those wallets are on the blockchain. They're not in Trezor or MetaMask. They're all on the blockchain and you're just using keys, private keys, either
Yeah,
from
to
MetaMask
keep
or the
track of
hardware
it.
wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah, to control it. That's it. People like think, oh, my tokens are in the Trezor. My tokens are in MetaMask. No, your tokens are on the blockchain. A
If they weren't, then the
decentralized blockchain.
blockchain would be messed up.
Yeah, they have to everything is on the blockchain in like a little ledger with the little, you know, safety deposit box kind of thing. And your MetaMask or your hardware wallet are just the private keys to that blockchain kind of, you know, bank safety deposit box kind of thing, you
Yeah.
know? That's the mental picture, It's just private key to control it. That's all
Okay.
it is.
Thank you for chiming in, Sasha. It was good to see your face.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
too.
man. Sasha is doing some kick-ass support, because
Ah,
like
I try to do my best.
you're doing great, man. Yeah, because like
Thanks.
before I had to do everything, like and that's a problem because then I can't do other things like making new products, updating the course, setting up all this cool backend like email sequences for new students. I got like a whole kind of queue of things I need done. But if it's
I
just
know.
me and I'm kind of always doing the support thing and updating the course and this, it's tough to
Yeah,
concentrate. But it's all good. Yeah, especially now with the new contract that I signed with the Mavericks. So like all that stuff is gonna get outsourced, so I can kind of just do my thing,
yeah,
which is content, products, like things like business development, things that only I can do.
yep,
So yeah, now it's all looking good. We're ready to scale. And I
nice.
mean, you guys are still gonna get kick-ass support. Now you have two people supporting you in the chat, so it's not like you got double now the support now. It's not like, oh, I dumped it off on Sasha and I'm just like hanging out, chilling. Like, no, I'm still in the chat. I still see everything. If I see that, if I see that Sasha's having issues like answering something or he's not around, like he's busy with other things, then I'll answer it. It's okay. Like it's fine. It's just I'm
Sasha,
just
you
getting ready.
always point out that you're not in the US. Are you at liberty to say what country you're in?
Absolutely. I'm in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was
He's,
thinking UK or something.
No, no,
It's
no.
because you speak
Canada.
he's,
English perfectly.
Oh,
he's
thank
in
you.
our time zone.
I am.
Well, yeah, English would be a requirement to provide support.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't, I don't play those outsourcing games like Coinbase does, where although like where people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like I personally hate that. I'm just like,
I
oh,
do too.
god
I
damn
do
it.
too.
Like if you're providing professional support, I think the minimum basic requirement is that you speak proper English. Like, come on. Like I think that's like the bare minimum. And in my opinion, that shouldn't be like the only requirement. You should also know what the hell you're talking about. And you should have experience with the product, hands on, like personally. You have to, use it yourself. Otherwise, why are you like, what are you supporting? It's like when I
Yeah.
call into Coinbase and, like I'm trying to explain to her that Base is not supported. I can't see the network. And she's having me reboot my modem. I'm like, what is this? Like, what are you talking about? My modem is fine. I got a gigabit line. Like, I used to be a network
Uh,
admin. Like, I have it all set up, and like, I'm way more qualified than you. And you're telling me to do these stupid things, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I would just hang up on these people because they're just.
So, Sasha, the other day you were saying that you could use Beefy to make sure you stay within range on your pools,
correct.
but it looks like a lot of the pools that are available on the blue chip screen for StellaSwap still say under development or coming soon or something like that. Did you notice that?
That is correct. Not all the pools in StellaSwap are supported by
Yeah.
Beefy. Just some of them
Yeah.
are. And on the other hand, Beefy also supports pools from other DeFi platforms. So it's not just
Yeah,
StellaSwap.
I went to we were talking about that earlier. I went to their
Yeah, they got a
website
bunch.
and it could be Uniswap, it could be Velodrome or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah, anything, and multiple networks too, not just
Yeah,
Moonbeam.
exactly.
Like Base, Solana. I think this is about Solana, right? But I think for
Um,
Solana, you would need like a Phantom wallet. I don't think you can do MetaMask.
no, you can't do MetaMask.
Because
You-
Solana is not EVM compatible. Like it's
Correct.
not Ethereum virtual machine. That's
Exactly.
it's its own thing.
Yep.
So one question I asked previously, and I think maybe you misunderstood what I was asking. So when you go to the pools that are blue chips and you go to the bottom and it says it's 235%, and you click on that to view it, and then you select, instead of the standard risk, you select conservative. Okay. So how do you know what the current APY is on conservative versus standard? And because I couldn't
you
see it until I
you
actually
don't
selected
you
it
don't
to
You
click
actually
on
don't.
see you don't see your APY until you actually like open the position, and then you see your APY in the dashboard
it.
because
Does
it's
that go for standard also then?
any
For all
any
of them.
range.
For all
Yeah.
of them.
Because it seems like when I first open a position, it'll say like 10%, and then 20 minutes later it'll say 100% or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's variable. It's
Yeah.
depending on what pool you choose, what range you choose, and the conditions on the market. If we're not talking about stablecoins, so
Yeah.
The volume.
Also your volume,
and the volume,
the
yeah,
the
of
the
course.
reward token prices. I mean, it calculates, it takes all of that into account in
Yeah.
real time. So
Yeah.
there's no way to kind of display like, I know what you're talking about. Like you want them to display like the APR you're gonna get per each setting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and people ask them that in the Discord multiple times. Trust me, you're not the first one, and you're not the last one asking that. But there is no way to do that. Like there's no way. They would have to recalculate it somehow, and nah, I don't think they can even do that because
I
they
see.
they, they,
So
don't- they don't
just
know what's what those factors are in the future. Like I said, no crystal
but
ball.
just proceed with the understanding that that's a ballpark. So you're
Yeah,
going to get
basically.
more APR, APY from the ones at the bottom than you are at the ones at the top, and
Well,
then
the
go
the
from there.
tighter the tighter the range,
That yeah.
the bigger the APR. The
So
more. Yeah.
what about if you often say you don't have to check this all the time and so forth. But if you want to choose a tighter range, then you just check it more frequently.
Well, if you want to choose another range for the position, you'll have to exit the position. Like once you
No,
set
no,
it,
no, no, no.
it's set.
If I go into a position and I do standard or whatever the lower risk, I mean the higher risk is that mean I just need to check it more often and don't just go away? If I check it more often, is it a little less risky if I keep an eye on it?
Not really. I mean, you can check it every 5 minutes if you want. Like it's not gonna change what the position is.
Well, you
That's what
could
I'm.
get out before you get into a bad situation, or not
Uh,
necessarily.
I mean, what's a bad situation though? Like I'm saying, if
Impermanent
a
loss.
let's say it goes out of into permanent loss, but then the price swings back. And you're back in the same place you were before that, right? It's
Yeah.
not that doesn't really you checking it is not gonna do anything. Once again,
So,
it's just making a decision, you know.
so for beginners like me, do you say do standard or do conservative risk?
That's up to you. Like
Up to you.
it's not in terms of like either a beginner or an expert. It's in terms of what's your risk tolerance, right? That's first question. Because obviously if it's a tighter range, you're gonna get more APR, but there's more chance of you going out of range and not collecting fees at all while it's out of range, right? Or do you choose wider range, which is less APR, but it's gonna be spend more time in range earning fees? That's kind of what Beefy addresses. It keeps your position range all the time, automatically. So you don't need to check it.
But they take
You'll
a
just keep it
cut.
in range. They take a cut, first of all, and like second of all, it's there's still gonna be a little bit of IL, because they use like a little trick to kind of like with an old portfolio. It's super complicated. I didn't even get into it. But basically, like yeah, you can get a little more IL, but on the flip side, your position is gonna be in range all the time, so you're gonna get more fees, which will compensate for the extra IL for keeping it in range all the time. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like a
Gotcha.
trade-off, But if
Yeah.
you're manually in StellaSwap, when you're out of range, you're just not earning fees. You're not taking any IL. You're just not making fees. And then basically your position swings back into range. You just resume making fees. That's it. That's all it is. You haven't lost anything. It's like I was telling you. If Bitcoin goes from 95 to 80 and then it goes back to 95, did you lose anything? No,
Yeah.
because it's the same Bitcoin at 95, right? So by you checking the price of Bitcoin every 5 minutes, is that gonna affect that outcome?
Well, I was
Not really.
thinking if you checked it more frequently, you get the hell out of there before it gets out of range.
Well, like I'm saying, it's but also you get the hell out of there, you lock in the IL, and then it goes back into the price range, right?
So then you messed up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
then you did it for nothing. You could have just like hung out, missed out on some fees for that time period, and then just kept on collecting the fees, and IL just disappears. That's why it's IL, impermanent loss. It's not permanent. It's impermanent. It's permanent when you make a decision to get out of the
Yeah.
position. That's
Got
when
it.
you make it permanent, and that's once again that's why I don't tell people what to do because that's a very subjective and personal decision, right?
Okay.
Depends on your on your like risk tolerance. Depends on your goals, what you think the tokens are gonna do, right? Like What I think they're gonna do and what you think they're gonna do are two different things. And it doesn't mean my opinion is more valid than yours because everybody's guessing. Like that's the dirty truth. All these gurus, they're all guessing. They don't know jack shit. That's just
No,
how it
that's
is.
true. I mean, it's the same with stocks,
I
right? Okay,
yeah,
so let me
same
ask
thing.
another question. So you think, or not you think, you consider Glimmer to be blue chip? Do you
Yeah,
consider Stella to be blue chip?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
In my
Um,
opinion, they're not blue chip like I mean, they're still a small cap, so technically they're not a blue chip. They're not like Ethereum or Bitcoin or Solana. You know, I mean, it's like a fairly small decentralized exchange. So I mean, but in terms of like risk profile, I think it's definitely going higher over long term because I just see the development of the DEX. I see what's coming. I see what I'm bringing to the table with onboarding beginners into the DEX. And I think once again, that's my personal opinion. I might be wrong. Like all these people who are like saying, "Oh, I'm definitely right." Nobody is 100% right unless you can see the future. In which case, I wouldn't be doing this. I would just be trading 100x leverage Bitcoin, and that's it. Just and then close this whole shop down. Be like, "Nah, I can see the future. Like you can all leave. That's it. I'm just gonna trade Bitcoin and make $1 billion a week." Like,
that was one of my questions that I asked in that very first list before I signed up. Remember?
yeah, that's and all we can all do is just basically, take the most educated guess that we can, minimize the risk with all this like tools that we have, the ranges, the different buckets, the stable pools, right? So you can manage your risk. So that way, for example, if 80% of your stuff is in stable pools or 50%, you're not taking any losses there, and you're making money there, right? And then the other 50%, you have it across like 5 different farms, right? Of like 5 different token pairs, and you definitely, if you're in the blue chips, they're not going to zero. So and that long term they're going up, right? So over like the next year or 2 years, they're gonna be in the plus. And those year or 2 years, you're gonna be collecting the fees, right? So you're gonna, even if they do go a little bit into the loss, you're gonna recover that loss like 10x from the fees. See? So like, that's kind of my strategy. And I
Okay,
think it's reasonable.
so you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Glimmer.
all. Yeah. I
Um,
mean, gas tokens are usually, like blue chips because you need them for gas. That's like building utility already. Like you need to have Glimmer on Moonbeam. Otherwise, you will not be able to make any transaction. Like you'll just be stuck without Glimmer.
what about Avalanche? I've never. I'm talking about tokens I've never seen in a farming pair, but just
Yeah,
so I know.
AVAX is solid. Yeah, Avalanche also has many farms, stable farms, all kinds of farms. I think their top exchange is Trader Joe's. I think they renamed it to some weird shit like you know here with Joe or something. That's what I heard. But whatever, like you'll see, they're like number one exchange on Avalanche. But Avalanche is basically like a copy, a fork of Ethereum, technically, with more technical shit. So they're still, I think they're still EVM compatible, right? Avalanche, if I'm not mistaken. So you can still
Yeah.
use yeah, you can use MetaMask, basically.
Yeah.
Solana
Correct.
is a whole different like animal. They're
Oh, you
not,
can't.
you can't. They're using a whole different tech. It's completely like alien to Ethereum and EVM and any of those things. Like, you need
Uh,
a separate wallet, like, but it's not hard. You can just get Phantom Wallet if you want. It's super easy. I mean, I even have it on my phone when I gamble on the memes a little bit, like just for fun. I mean, I lose more than I gain, but
I'm
that's
not
okay.
there yet. Okay.
Nah, nah, that's not a way to make money. That's just a way to gamble, legally and just enjoy yourself. It's not a money making thing. I mean, I
All
have
right.
my own like I'm starting like a meme token, but that's more for like learning how this whole side of things work.
And how often do the farming pools on StellaSwap change?
Not too often. I mean,
I
like,
noticed that. The
yeah, they
only
just
thing
kind
that
of,
changes is the yield.
yeah, the yield, and now they upgraded to a different engine, the V4. And I think and they're saying that's the last like hard upgrade they're gonna do, where they basically make you get out of the pool and get into a new pool because this one V4 is modular, so they can actually upgrade it, live without making people get out of the pools. You know, The V3 wasn't, unfortunately, so that's why people had to get out. That's why they gave the 25% like boost for the 2 weeks to kind of, because some people didn't want to get out, but what can you do? Like if you want to collect yield, I mean, you don't have to get out. Nobody was like kicked out of the pools. You could stay in legacy. Nobody like is making you get out, right? But you're missing out on the rewards and the yields and all these things. So, but some people were at IL, and if they would get out, they would incur this IL. But that's just, that's part of the game. I mean, what can you do about it? Like people tell me,
Right.
oh, like I have no idea what the team is like planning to do, and they're working on the decks. They're always upgrading things. They're always improving stuff. Like I like where it's going personally. I like how they're working. I mean, so
All
far
right.
so good. I didn't have any problems with them.
Okay,
And
so like I was saying, it looked like most of the blue chip pools were at least one of the tokens was a stable coin.
not all of them. I mean, like
Not
Dot
all of
Glimmer,
them, but there's only a couple that weren't. I think
Dot
there
Glimmer, Stella Glimmer.
ETH
But
Glimmer was one.
yeah, Eight Glimmer. I mean, that's already like three. But
That's
like I
one.
was saying, if you don't want to be in pools that are like half stable, and you want more choice, you can
Yeah.
just go to a beefy, and there are plenty of pools on
Well,
multiple
even on the
levels.
featured side, it's just that there are a lot of tokens that I'm not familiar with.
Well, I mean that's easily, remedied. Just go to coinmarketcap.com, type
Okay.
in the ticker, and you'll see it. Okay, it's
Well,
not
that's
working.
why I was asking that question because I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah. CoinMarketCap. Yeah,
Yeah, you can
that's
learn about the coins there.
Yeah, they got everything. They got the websites, like what the token is about. I mean, CoinGecko is another good
On
resource.
Gecko, that's what I use.
CoinGecko.com, for like Dex Screener, I think is also pretty good.
Yeah,
You can like check
correct.
out the volume,
Well,
the
what was it?
charts.
Dex Screener?
Text
Dex
screener.
Screener, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, don't worry, I'll put up the replay on the channel. You don't need to take notes. You can just review. I mean, unless you want. Yeah.
And going back to the subject on range that you were talking about, Max. And this is a question for you, Vadim. I'm not sure if they're doing the Telegram notifications anymore, because when
Oh
I
yeah.
opened up my V4, I don't recall. I may be wrong, but I'm not sure if you know about this or not. Because if you want to just be notified when your position is out of range, Max, then there's a function when you open a position
Yeah, they
that
had it on
tells,
V3, but I'm not sure they connected the V4 yet. I'm
yeah,
sure
I'm
they
Well,
not
will.
sure.
they give that option on V4, but you have to give the public address of your wallet, and I was reluctant to do that.
That's okay. You can give a public address.
Mm.
They can't do anything with it. All they can do is send you money.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's it. So if
as
you
long
want
as you
money,
don't
I mean,
give,
they'll just send it to you.
yeah, as long as you don't give your private keys and your
Yeah.
mnemonic
I'm not
phrase,
going to give
you're
them my
good.
private key.
Yeah. Private keys and
Exactly.
seed phrase, don't give that ever to anybody.
Ever, anyone.
Nobody, like including us. Never. We would never even ask you for that. Like that's just like that's a
Yeah,
scammer question right away. If somebody asks you for your
exactly.
seed phrase, that is 100% a scammer. 100.
And he's
Like
gonna take all your money
yeah,
away.
yeah, he'll take
If you do.
everything.
I
Yeah.
saw somebody's seed phrase on a chat.
What?
Where?
Yeah.
Where?
On
Our
our
chat?
chat?
It was on a YouTube chat. It wasn't
Oh,
on
okay.
yours.
Definitely not our chat because I'll be like deleting that right away and messaging that person. Be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Keep that to yourself. We don't want to see
Well, that's
that.
my question. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah. We don't want access to your money. We don't want access to your wallets. We don't want any of that. Like, that's all
Exactly.
you. You are the bank. You control your funds. We don't want the StellaSwap doesn't want it either. It's all automated. They just want the fees. Like they just want you to provide liquidity. That's it. Though they don't want your seed phrase. They got plenty of money and more coming in, so they're okay. You know.
You made me
Um
think of another question.
yeah.
So, in the course, we were changing from Coinbase to MetaMask all in ETH, but it looks like
Yeah.
you could also do Bitcoin.
No. Bitcoin is not compatible with
With
MetaMask.
BPM.
Like no, that you
Yep.
can't do that. You can
So
do
when I
wrapped
went to
Bitcoin.
when I clicked on send crypto,
Yeah.
it said I could send Bitcoin or ETH.
No. You can't send Bitcoin to your MetaMask wallet unless it's wrapped Bitcoin. Then you
No,
can.
Exactly.
it was
Yeah.
native. Well,
No.
maybe if I would have selected it, it would say no.
Nah. If you
Yeah,
do
But
that,
I
it,
think so.
it, it just wouldn't work. Like there's no
Exactly.
way. It's not
all right, so
compatible.
I need to convert Bitcoin to Ethernet before I send it to my MetaMask.
You could
I
do
mean,
that. I mean,
Ethereum.
if you wanna send wrap Bitcoin, you could. I think they have like WBTC, right?
I don't have
Yeah.
wrap Bitcoin in my
No,
in my
I'm saying you
Coinbase.
No, but
could take your
in
Bitcoin on
Oh,
Coinbase,
Moonbeam,
trade it to WBTC, and then send WBTC through like Base to your MetaMask. Yeah, you could do
yeah,
that.
that
So
you
they
could
have
do.
that option, or you could just swap your Bitcoin to USDC, send USDC on Base, just like I show in the course, and swap it to whatever, that BTC.WH on Moonbeam, like you
okay.
could do
So
that.
that's what I did wrong the other day. Remember when I said the gas fees were $15 on $1,000? I
Yeah.
didn't convert it to USDC. I sent ETH from
I
Coinbase.
mean, I do that too because I don't have access to USDC on Base, like in New York. So I have to do that. Like, that's actually my on ramp. So like, I just pay the fees. As but you don't have to
But
if
if I change it, if I converted the ETH to USDC and then USDC to MetaMask, the gas fees would be much less, right?
yeah. You like basically for the ETH part, you only have to do that once, the first time, because you need some ETH for gas on your Base wallet.
I left the $50 there that you said.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. Once you do that, you no longer need to do anything with ETH. Just forget about it. Like as long as you have a little bit of ETH on Base and a little bit of Glimmer on Moonbeam in your MetaMask, you're good for gas. After that, just use USDC everywhere. USDC on Coinbase, then swap it from USDC on Coinbase to XC USDC on Moonbeam, and vice versa. That's it. Just only use USDC. You don't need to use anything else for on ramp and off ramp. You can
Okay, I
forget
guess I
about all that.
wasn't paying attention on that part of the course.
Yeah, it's in the text and nobody reads it. So the V2 of my course, I'm actually gonna put everything into video because people like watching videos and they want all the instructions in video. So I got that loud and clear from the
Okay,
feedback. So I'm gonna put everything into video now. I'll put
but
like little intros.
my problem was I was reading it, but it was over my
Right.
head. I didn't understand what it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
talking about. And then when I go back and I'll watch the video and then go back and read it again, or if I actually do some activity, then I'll understand what in the world it says
Yeah,
in the text. But
kind of that's
I'm
then it
just
kind of comes with practice, That's why I have that little guide that I always copy and paste into the chat, where I'm like, first read the instructions, then watch the whole video, right, just to see what I'm doing. Then read the instructions again because they'll make more sense, because basically as you're going through the video, if you read the instructions first, like in the lesson description, you're like, oh, okay, so that's what he was talking about. Because
yeah,
this stuff changes so quickly that like the video doesn't match what's on the screen, and but the text does. That's where I put the updates, but some people, they have problems modifying what's in the video with the text that I put with the updates. That's the problem. Some people just can't do it, they can't like match it. Like it's easy for me, but there are some people like they can't do it, and that's okay. I get that. So now I'm gonna put everything into video basically. And I'll just make like a separate little intro video of me talking, and I'll be like, use, and I'll explain it like I explained to you, only first time use ETH, leave half of ETH. Then once they see that video, they're like, oh, okay, he explained it to me. See,
yeah.
but they don't read the text where I do the same thing. I
Yeah,
literally explain the same exact thing that I would do in the video, but that's okay. That's
Well,
fine.
the other problem is what you were saying earlier is that you're just scared because you haven't done it before.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I guess I'm just a wimp, but I was
No,
scared.
no, everybody's scared. I was scared too. Everybody's scared when they do something they're like not comfortable with. They're outside their comfort zone. And when you're scared, your brain kind of locks up and you're not as logical, because you're scared. And then, like it's every person's like that, Whenever you're scared, your brain like turns off a little bit, and your logic centers turns off because fear turns off the logic centers. That's just a human reaction. That's how we're designed. You go into the flight or fight mode. When you're in that mode, you're not thinking straight. And you can't like, follow the instructions and you're like scared. That's why I tell people to do it with small amounts. Because that cuts
Yeah,
down on the fear. Because you don't care if you're like, okay, $20. Like, what's the worst case scenario? I lose $20. Boo friggity who. Like, that's obviously you're not gonna lose it anyway. Because unless you do something really stupid, you're not gonna lose that money. As long as you follow the instructions, the basics. Even if
yeah.
you screw up something, you're just not gonna like send it or whatever, but the money's still gonna be there. Like I say, people, it's always gonna be in one of like 3 places. Like in Squid Router, it's either in your base wallet or in your Moonbeam wallet. That's it, right? When you get it to Moonbeam, it's always gonna be either in your Moonbeam wallet or in the StellaSwap farms. That's it. There's only 2 places it could be. There's no other place it could be. Like, it's not like, oh, I lost it. No, it's either there or there. That's it. There's literally 2 places. And if it's not in your wallet, like when Greg showed up, if it's not in his wallet, if it's not in his V4 positions, and it's not in his V3 positions, that means it's a glitch. You just open the support ticket, and the StellaSwap team just gets it out for you manually from the back end. That's it. Like
Okay.
there's no other place it'll go. Like there's no other place to go. It's there,
Wow.
and it's all tracked through blockchain because every transaction is recorded in real time and it's immutable. Nobody can change it. That's why people say. Well, that's why it's always funny to me when people are like, oh, people use crypto to launder money. I'm like, that is literally the worst tool you could use to launder money because it's all transparent and recorded on the blockchain. You idiots! Like
Exactly.
that is like criminals' worst nightmare, where a cop can just go into a freaking blockchain and you'll see every single transaction that you made in real time. Duh!
Like a
Like what?
like a burglar robbing a house in the snow.
Yeah, or like somebody robbing a house and there's like a camera recording everything in real time and uploading it to the cloud. And you're like an idiot. And then the police, straight to the police department. And they're all laughing at you, drinking coffee. Like, look at this idiot. Look at him robbing. His face is open. He's like touching everything with his fingerprints. Like, you moron. That's pretty much the people like, oh, crypto is only for like money launderers. I'm like, literally the best instrument to launder money is cash. Cash. Dollars. Because they're not traceable. They're not fungible. They're completely fungible. Like, the most money laundering in the history of the world has been done through cash. Billions and billions of dollars. Like, and then freaking HSBC was doing money laundering. Then they got a slap on the wrist fine for like 100 mil while they made like 2 billion on it. And then nobody went to jail. Meanwhile, like Ross Ulbricht got like 100 years in prison. Well, I mean, Trump freed him, but still, like, come on, they threw the book at the guy for what? For entrapping him? Like, come on. They played him, the FBI played him like a fiddle. Got him to all kinds of weird shit. The guy was just out of his mind. But anyway, that's a topic for another conversation. But
Right.
yeah.
So I'm not going to keep you guys, but let me
All
just
right.
say this to
Let's hang
both
out.
of you. I appreciate what you're teaching me greatly. And I know I have a lot of questions and I don't want to be a pain in the ass. And if I'm being a
Oh,
pain
it's
in the
okay.
ass, you just tell me to my face, really. Just tell
No,
me.
no.
Not
Listen,
at all,
like,
man.
you have questions, that's a learning opportunity for the other students. That's why I set up the channel the way it is, that everything you type in there, everybody else can see. Because some people don't ask questions, but they might have the same questions that you have. They're just too embarrassed to ask them, which they shouldn't, because, this is a product that's designed for beginners. So we actually welcome that. That's what I made this thing for. People to ask questions and then to get answers, in real time, because then they learn quickly and then they can help others. Because, like, for example, what if we like start scaling up? We're getting 100 students a day. you know yeah, and if they ask any questions, then we'll address it. We'll make sub channels with support questions, course questions, things like that. But that's already next stages. Yeah.
I don't want to have a bad reputation. So you just tell me
Nah,
to my
nah,
face.
nah, you're
No,
fine,
no,
you're
don't worry,
fine.
man. You're
I
good.
mean, this thing, once people learn it, they learn it. It's like riding a bicycle. That's why a lot of people, they don't really ask anymore in the support, because they already learned this thing. They understand what they're doing. They're just making money. They're just hanging out. The farms are, producing yield. They don't really have that many like
But
questions.
it's not get rich quick. It's a long game.
No. Yeah, it's a long game. Yeah. Like, if you want to get
Exactly.
rich quick, that's, you have only 2 choices, trading, which is speculating, which is very risky, but obviously more risk, more reward. Like, you're not going to make an 100x here. Sorry. This is more for like passively growing your wealth that you accumulate through, quicker methods like business, speculation, real estate, all these other make money online kind of, schemes that are out there. And there's a lot of them, franchising, this, that, house flipping, there's like a zillion money making schemes online. See, this is a way to take profits from those schemes and put them to work. That's, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm taking profits from my business, active income, and putting it into this as passive income. So that way, when I decide to stop working, I have passive income that doesn't depend on me or the time, right? Because like all the businesses, you have to put in the work. Otherwise, it's gonna stop and you make no money. Same when you have a job, you have to exchange your time for money. As soon as you stop working, guess what? The money stops, and you're kind of screwed. This thing though, you just if you put the money in a stable farm, you don't have to do anything. Like you could just lie on the beach all day, and then once a week just collect your yield. That's it. Like that's the you need both, in my opinion.
And a lot of people already do this, Max, what Vadim is saying, but
Yeah.
the way they're doing it is they're putting their money in the bank or in financial institutions for a meager 1%, 2%, 3% a
Now
year.
it's like 4% that you can get on
Uh,
treasuries, or
The
Yeah.
5%
CDs,
max.
depending on the amount you get, CDs can be
Yeah,
But
but
come on,
5.5.
but that's
why?
it. That's all you get.
Exactly, that's
5%.
all you
That's
get.
it. Yeah.
There's no
Why would
more.
you do that if you can get
20.
17% on
Yeah.
or 20% on a
Stable
stable
coin.
coin? Exactly.
Yeah.
Where there's absolutely no
It's
risk, and you're
yeah.
still giving your money to the bank. So
Yeah.
that
And you have control of your money on
exactly, you
top of
have
it.
control. You can get
You can
out and
have
get in
control. Yeah.
Oh,
whenever
that
you want.
reminds me of another question. So I had some money in my Coinbase account staked, Solana for one. It took 5 days to unstake it. Do you ever
Oh,
have that problem in a farm?
No,
well, that's not a
it's
farm. That's staking.
No,
That's
that
yeah,
was
that's
staking.
yeah, yeah,
What
it's
I'm
taken.
asking is, do they ever delay on your when you liquidate a position? Do they ever delay giving you the money?
No
yes.
way.
Wait.
He means for StellaSwap. No.
StellaSwap.
Oh no, for StellaSwap,
No,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no, no.
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 There, it's like you can instantly get in, instantly get out. You can increase your position. It's all like there's no delays or fees or penalties or any kind. Nah, it's full 24/7 control. That's another way this is superior to bank. Because if you have your money in the bank and you like urgently need it to take it out of your CD, yeah, good luck with that. If it's Saturday, Sunday, yeah, you're shit out of luck. If it's after 5 o'clock, yeah, good luck with that. Next day, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's yeah. I mean, banks in US are fine. You're not gonna get robbed. Like I got robbed a few times overseas. Because they're like shady banks. But but like here, no. But in terms of speed and control, obviously, DeFi is way superior product, and you can see the balances yourself. In the bank, it's just a graphic they show you. You don't know if that's the actual balance in your account, technically, right? Like you could show $100,000, and then you actually show up at the bank. You're like, all right, let me get it. Sorry, sir, we don't have that available. You're gonna have to put in a request, withdrawal request, and we'll get it to you within 3 to 4 business days. Like they're not gonna give you $100,000 in cash right away on demand. Like no
Yeah.
way. What bank does that? Maybe Chase, maybe Citibank might have it. Although no way. I don't think they're gonna have 100K on hand in cash.
Too risky.
Right? Too risky. Yeah. They're not gonna have it. They're gonna have to put in an order with like a central branch, get that money delivered next day, if that, and then give you the money. Right?
Yeah.
Here though, you can see it on blockchain exactly how much money you have in your wallet. You can see exactly every transaction that's going on with your money, and you can take your money out or put it back in anytime. Yeah. So I would say that's a way superior product than their crappy ass like bank accounts.
Well, but you still have to, if you withdraw it from your pool, you still have to put it in your bank and then get it later.
No,
If
I
you
mean
want
that's
to,
that's
yeah,
that's to cash out into fiat,
Yeah.
But
exactly.
you
Yeah.
don't have to. You can just hold it in your wallet in USDC,
Yeah.
and that's it. You don't have to actually send it to the bank. You could you can take out and put like 10,000 USDC on your Trezor and just
Yeah.
hold it there.
And as a
You ain't
matter of
gotta move.
fact, Max, if you're thinking, okay, but how do I use it? How do I
Yeah.
spend it?
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Crypto is still not adopted, globally.
No, they have
A lot of
cards.
things.
You
They're
have
Yeah,
credit cards.
that's the
yeah,
Yeah.
thing.
they got crypto
There's
cards now.
cards, there's websites, there's services, there's products. There's a lot of things that you can already buy with crypto, USDC included.
Yeah.
So it's not a limitation, honestly.
Yeah. And I think now that it's all getting like legalized and it's all getting regulatory framework with Trump taking office and basically US turning pro crypto, Like whatever, forget about Europe. They're a bunch of Nazis, but you know, like they just want to like jail people for like tweeting online or something like that. You know, like that's not. But in U.S., it's turning real pro crypto. It's turning democratic. It's turning, you know, like anti censorship, anti controls. Because during Biden's term, they were trying to debank like crypto companies. They were trying to close accounts of people that were like doing crypto shit. I know I got my few accounts closed. You know, like just
Really?
for crypto transactions. Yeah, man, they're like a bunch
Wow.
of Nazis over here. You
So I
know?
went to a meeting this morning where they said that uh, the state of Georgia, where I live, has introduced legislation to have Bitcoin in reserves.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, shit, it's gonna be in the state reserve. Like, how
Yeah,
much more
they said
mainstream does that get?
there were 11 states doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Because Bitcoin now they realize Bitcoin is like digital gold. It's super reliable. It's like basically energy packaged into digital form, you know, and it's backed by energy production, and it's the best kind of self-contained financial system currently. It
It
seems.
only took them 15 years to realize it.
Yeah, you know, it takes time. It takes time. But you got to realize it's a huge shift in thinking for them, you know,
Totally.
to realize that something that's like intangible, that you can't touch, that you can't control, that you can't print, has value. Like they don't get that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to get my mother to buy like, you know, Bitcoin when it was at 10,000, even one, and I couldn't do it. You know, now of course when it's 100,000, now she's all on board. Oh yes, Bitcoin's great. Why didn't you tell me? I'm like, I did
Exactly.
multiple goddamn times. I
I
told you. I'm
know.
like get like 10 Bitcoins and that's it.
But I think it's a very small percentage of the population is even aware or
Yeah.
involved
Oh,
with crypto. What percent
totally.
would you say that? I'd say it's about 2%. What do you think?
Exactly.
No, in US it's actually a
Yeah.
lot more. I think it's
Really?
like over, yeah, yeah. I think over like 20% of Americans are aware now of crypto. They might not be using it,
No, I
but
mean
they're
using it. I mean
oh,
using it.
like
Everybody's
using it.
heard
Using
of it.
it,
Yeah, yeah. It's small. Yeah, very
very
small. Most
small.
people just buy and hold it on Coinbase. You know, they don't even know how to self custody. They just you know that, which is why I love this business because you know it's a huge market on tap. That's why I'm targeting beginners because you know that's the people who need it the most. You know, but see, but to them it's hard to understand like making money and all the digital assets. See, that's why I put my stuff in the format of like I'll teach you how to make regular money with crypto rails. You know, like it's just like a tool, like a make money online kind of thing, where it's like you put your money to work with these crypto techniques, and then you put you know $100 and you get out 150 bucks. See that people understand. They're like, oh, okay. So I do all this tricky stuff that you teach me, and then basically every month I can just get like you know 2-3 grand in dollars in my account. I'm like, see, there you go. Yeah, that's it.
So you always seem to advocate that people take some of their profit out.
Yeah,
Is that
why not?
psychological or why I mean why not just
Um,
keep letting it
well,
roll?
no, you could let it roll, but it's passive income. You know, so in my opinion, if it's passive income, then it's kind of like a crypto pension kind of deal. You know,
Exactly.
that's what it is. And in order to do that, you have to kind of take the profits. You know, like your own little piggy bank that gives you 20% a year. Why wouldn't you
Exactly.
take some of that 20%? And you know, I mean, yeah, some people are like, oh, I'm gonna just roll it back, just reinvest it, and you know, yeah, that's strategy too. That's Beefy is actually perfect for that because it automatically
What
invests
is?
all of it back into Beefy.
Yeah.
Oh, beefy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Beefy.
Beefy, it's an auto compounder, basically. It's an auto compounder that also keeps it in range.
So do you think that's a bad strategy because you don't
No,
psychologically get the
no,
reward?
it's not bad or good. It's just whatever, you know, is right for you. Some people want to put like 100K into farms, make 20%, and they're making 20 grand a year. And that's like 1,800 a month. And they're just going to take that 1,800 a month to live on in like Philippines or something, you know, or in Thailand. Because in Thailand, for 1,800 a month, you could live like a goddamn king. You know, like you can get like a villa for like 1,100 with servants and cooks and like you know a car, yeah, a guy with a gun that drives you around. Like yeah, for like 2K. Yeah, like I'm serious. You can do that. Yeah. I mean, I might do that actually at some point. You know, like, shit, and it's great. It's
There.
always warm, nice, cheap fruits. You know, hot women. Like you know, good weather. Like resorts everywhere. I just don't see a downside. You know, it's great, and it's all passive. Technically, they can just retire on 100K and just do that and just hang out. and just chill, do nothing. You know, that's you know. So for those people, that's what they want to do. For me, I'm working anyway, so I'm just gonna roll everything back in there because I'm already making money. You know, I have an active business that generates profits, so which I'm putting into passive to generate passive income. You know, and hopefully, you know, that passive income is gonna be bigger than my active income at some point, which is gonna be great. But if not, if my business, you know, craters tomorrow, let's say, I mean, obviously it's not happening now, but there was always a risk there that like Biden would like win, you know, or like Kamala would win, and they would just outlaw DeFi, and they would just hunt people down, shut them off from bank accounts, and my business would go to zero. You know, that was always a risk that I took, you know, and it was a conscious risk. I knew that, you know, but obviously that's not happening. It's going the other way. Like DeFi and crypto is getting legalized, everything's turning pro crypto.
Fingers
Banks,
crossed.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's it. They lost. They lost everywhere. Like they completely got crushed by pro crypto people. They're like done. There's no way. Like now banks, they repealed all the like SAB 210 law. Now banks can handle crypto directly. So that's happening. Now Bank of
Really?
America is looking into like, you know, opening up crypto custodial accounts for people. No, like the banks are joining. That's it. They lost. There's no going back. I mean, Europe is still trying something. China is trying something, but who cares about them? Like everybody follows US, okay? If US is turning pro crypto, that's enough for me. Like, you know, Europe is just gonna have to follow, Canada is gonna have to follow, Mexico is gonna have to follow. Mexico is always pro crypto, so they were even
Yeah.
ahead of US actually in that
Yeah.
department. You know,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, now it's like now my business is gonna be golden. Like, you know, especially once they put out clear regulation, I'm set, you know. And plus
Yeah.
now all this free publicity for crypto. The president of the US is always talking about crypto, Bitcoin reserve. So now the mainstream is starting to like really get interested in crypto. Now it's legitimate. You know, now there's like ETFs for Ethereum, for Bitcoin, BlackRock is
Yeah.
behind. Like it's
Yeah.
over. They lost. Everybody is on crypto train now. Like the only ones anti-crypto is like Elizabeth Warren, who's basically a bank lobbyist. Obviously, we all know why she's screaming against crypto because she's
Yeah.
getting freaking kickbacks and bribes. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is she worth?
Yeah.
Like $70 million on 170K salary?
Right. Exactly. How'd
That
that
math doesn't
happen?
add up. What's going on here? Like 70 million, and you're getting 170K a year. That's pre-tax. You're paying tax, right? So that 170K, and now it's like 120. So 120 times 10 years. That's 1.2 million to 70 million. Huh.
Hmm.
Interesting.
A
I
little
smell an
insider
audit
trading
coming
on
in.
top of that.
Yeah, come on. Like, you know, that's why they're gonna audit all of them now. Now Musk and Doge, you know, I mean, the guy Musk is like the freaking biggest crypto influencer, meme coin influencer like in the world. And he's like in the White House with the president, hanging out and doing audits on IRS. Yeah, they might actually abolish IRS now. There'll be no more income tax in US. Like there'll be just tariffs. And
I
that's it.
saw
And
that.
sales taxes. Yeah,
No,
so
the
that
tariffs. The tariffs
yeah,
are what's the
yeah,
fun.
they're just gonna replace because we've been getting robbed for the past 10 years by all these like liberals in charge. Now it's all coming out and it's like crazy. I mean, I don't want to say too much because I'll upload it on YouTube and they're gonna like
Yeah, you
I don't know
can't talk
ban me
like
or
that
something.
because you live in New York.
Yeah, well, what are they gonna do about it? Like, you know, they can't do anything now. Even in New York now, the mayor in New York is on Trump's side. So yeah, I mean, I'm neutral. I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for anybody because you know the last election was just straight up fraud. I'm sorry, you know, and like I voted, it was fraud, and after that I just gave up. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna vote again. Whatever, my vote doesn't count. I'm in New York anyway. They're always gonna vote for Democrat. You know, so like, what do I care? Like, yeah. But that, you know, for me, I'm a citizen of the world. You know, I don't look at it like, oh, America, Democrat, Republican. No, I'm a citizen of the world. I'm for, you know, passive income, health, and just good for all people. You know, the whole politics game, it's a dirty game. But I'm happy that Trump won, and now everything's pro crypto. That was an important piece because they were trying to debank crypto companies. That's what they were doing, like Biden and the
Yeah.
crew and that and
So
the
did you
Warren.
ever have any pulls with that Trump coin, the dollar Trump coin?
I don't know. That was obviously, you know,
It was
gonna
a
go down.
it
But
was
I
a quick
think
bust.
no, but I think actually my traders in that group, they are building a Trump position. So they're waiting until it dumps to like 15, $20 and then they're gonna start building position. They think long term, obviously not financial advice, but that's their best guess. It's gonna go to like $100, $120, you know, that token. Once
To
Trump
see.
starts like pumping it. Yeah, yeah. Because like think about it, it's the biggest meme, and Trump is the biggest brand in the world. Like everybody knows him, and that's his only official token. I mean, to be honest, if he didn't put out that Melania crap, it would have gone to like crazy numbers. You
Yeah,
know?
but a meme coin like that has actually no value, right?
No.
Well, no, it does have value, brand value. You know, like it's
Yeah.
basically sentiment. If people think it has value, then it has value.
Yeah.
Like
It has no
look,
utility.
it has no
That's like
utility.
yeah, no utility. Good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Correct.
Right.
See, the
Yeah,
value and
that's like
utility, they're not really correlated sometimes. Like
before the
what
crypto
utility does
winter,
Doge have? Or Bonk or
before
any of
the
those crazy
crypto
dog
winter,
coins?
they were talking about all these NFT. That was a Ponzi scheme. That was worthless digital images that
Well,
people paid
once
for.
again, see, NFTs are just a technology, non-fungible tokens. See, the utility that you put on NFT, that's a separate conversation. Like, see, people don't understand this. Think about it this way. Let's say I have an NFT, right? And anybody who has that NFT, who owns that NFT, gets 10% of my business and 10% of profits from my business, next level DeFi. See?
Yeah.
Now that NFT has utility, right?
That's
Now that
different.
NFT has value. See? And now it's worth something. But if it
But
has
before it
nothing,
was just these stupid digital images.
yeah, because that was just like the first generation of this, you know?
Exactly.
Like me, I'm gonna be getting into NFTs, into meme coins, but my thing is I want to build value and utility on that technology platform. See? Like for example, if you have like, an island where you throw parties and people book that island all the time and they pay cash money, right? And they can only join if they have that NFT and it's NFT gated, right? So you have to show your phone with the NFT to get into the party. See? Now
That's
that NFT
different.
all of a sudden has value because
That's
you can't get
true.
in without the NFT,
Like
right?
Costco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
So people are there like, oh, it doesn't have value, utility. No, you have to build the value. You have to build the utility. If you don't do
Exactly.
that, then yeah, it's just a stupid dog picture, which is worth nothing. You know?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Right. But you can also like add all these things. It's a technology, you know? And then you could do all kinds of crazy shit. Just nobody's doing it because they're picking on the low hanging fruit, which is scams. Because that's the easiest thing in the world. You just build up a lot of hype. Like, oh, I got Snoop Dogg promoting my dog NFT with a picture of Snoop Dogg and in dreads or something like that, right? Smoking a blunt, right? Like, and then they just hype it up to like a billion market cap, but then all the insiders, including Snoop Dogg, just dump on everybody, and they just
Right.
sell it for Bitcoin or ETH
That's the rug
or
pull, right?
USDC. Yeah, they just rug pull everybody, right? But let's say it's the other scenario, and Snoop Dogg releases like a new album that makes like $1 billion in sale, and he distributes 10% of that to all the Snoop NFT holders. Now it's not a rug. Now it's an actual utility play and more like a dividend, like a profit sharing, dividend bearing stock in the NFT format. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why people don't understand it. Like, they kind of can't separate the technology from the rug pull, right? The tech is good. The rug pulls are not. But the rug pulls, that's not the tech fault. That's the people's fault. That's people being scammers. It's
Correct.
like saying guns kill people. No, people kill people with
With
guns.
guns.
With
Or
Exactly.
knives
guns.
or
That's
anything.
that's NFTs and meme tokens are the same. That's not the tech. The tech is good. It's just people scamming other people with the tech, with the
Okay.
meme coins, with
I'm
the
glad I asked
NFTs.
that question. Now I
Yeah.
understand better.
See, like it's the future. It's definitely like the real stuff is coming, and I'm actually working on those things, because I don't scam people. That's a dumb way to make money. You're not gonna make a lot. You're gonna kill your reputation. There's no long-term kind of, path to billions there, because you just like go for the quick buck, bam, just like take $2 million and that's it. And you run away to Thailand and put it in stable pools and that's it. And you can just hang out for the rest of your life, right? But the downside is then the people you scammed might find you in Thailand and break your legs. See, that's a problem. Like, so that's
Yep.
or they hire somebody like hitman and to take you out. That happens.
Right.
But if you actually create some good project where everybody makes money and your reputation goes up, the value of your token goes up, you can cash out legitimately. You can pay taxes on that money like a normal person, and that's real money. You made money on that. That's what I'm doing with this other token that I'm on a team with. But I don't want to pimp my token or anything. That's still work in progress. Because like
Okay.
basically like we have like 10 people on our team that all got scammed and rugged on Solana, and we basically made our own token, our own meme token, and we're kind of working through it legitimately with no scams, no rugs. We're building utility, all that. I might, like talk about it other times, but I don't want to shill any tokens to next level DeFi students. I don't do that. Next level DeFi is next level DeFi, liquidity mining, and that's all there is, And I don't want to mix the two, That's two separate businesses. Like my meme token thing, that's another team, another business, all separate. Next level DeFi, it's this thing, StellaSwap, passive income, liquidity mining. That's it's plenty. Trust me. I don't want to spread too thin. You want to concentrate on kind of one thing and just do that really well and be the best at that niche, which is kind of where we're going. I mean, Sasha knows all the movements. Like I got the support dialed in. Then I got already marketing and sales that more or less dialed in. So now I got money coming in, and now I'm switching back to the product side. I'm dialing in the course. And once I have all three pieces dialed in, then I just got to build the team and scale with like Mavericks. They're building a whole separate paid ads channel right now as we speak. They're like 2 weeks out from launching. Yeah, so the channel might be blowing up big time real soon.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, that's another thing I'm getting ready for. That's why I'm building the team, because once we have like 100 people joining a day, it's gonna be tough for me to handle that. But that's okay. I got people backing me up, and like we'll scale as we go. I might have to bring in some outsourced teams, but even that will be high quality. Like everything that I do is gonna be high quality. I'm not lowering the quality of the support or the product or anything. Like I'm not gonna compromise. If I need to like put more time in or more effort, I'll do that. That's okay. I can pause things. I can put it on pause and be like, all right, like we're not, the quality is slipping. All right, let's bring in more people. Let's train more people. Let's make more documentation. But anyway, that's already more Sasha and me conversation. Yeah, you guys don't need to worry about all that. All you need to know is that the quality of the service and support is always gonna be the same and actually rising. Like the quality of the course is gonna be rising big time now that I'm firmly back into the product side of things, because I had no time. I have to do the sales and marketing piece, because otherwise I'll go bankrupt and the whole thing would just crater. So that was like a life and death thing. So now that's handled, and now I have a team helping me out. Now I can, the support is solid, the money's coming in, that's solid. Now I can move back to the product side and like, get the course like as dialed in as possible. Not that it really matters, because even when it's not dialed in, you see the Telegram support, like, basically.
Well, I was going to say I didn't notice it was deficient, but if you think it can be better, let's do it.
I know it could be better, and I even have like a whole Google Doc with all the feedback from the students. Like, and trust me, I made this course 4 years ago. Me 4 years ago and me now are two different people skill wise. Like, so I have better sound, better camera, better lighting, better like skills on camera. I understand much better the problems that students have going through the course. Like it's a whole different like level now. So yeah, the V2 is gonna be like a whole other course. Like I'll upgrade everything. Not everything. I think I'll leave the theory section alone, because that's still pretty good. I'll just add like a little link to this playlist on my YouTube channel, the DeFi Basics Bootcamp. I think I put a link.
What's your YouTube channel? I wasn't aware.
It's in the pinned messages on Telegram. If you go in there, there's like a playlist of all the replays of all the Q&As on there. There's some podcasts with me. I haven't done anything with it. It's literally just like a bunch of Q&As in there and some podcasts. Like I had no time. That's the next thing after I finish with the product. Then there's gonna be content. I'll be putting out all kinds of free content on my YouTube channel, LinkedIn. Like I'll build a team around that, personal branding. One step at a time. One step at a time. It was like product, and I switched to marketing, sales, then support, then back to product, and then content, basically, building an audience. Yeah. So, and then I'll be automating all this stuff. Hey, Lori, how's it going?
Hi.
You're muted.
Yeah, I
There we
just
go.
figured it out to get on. Thanks.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
sure.
Pretty good. I just have a question. If you cannot download Authy on the laptop, do we not worry about it?
You need to do it on the phone. Yeah.
Just the phone.
Yeah, that's an update list. I'm aware of it. It's on the
Yeah,
update
okay.
list for the new course. I'll be
Okay.
taking it off because when I was making that video, it
Yeah.
was available on the desktop, you know,
Yes.
which was very convenient for me. I personally like using it on desktop, but you know, they decided not many people use it, so they just cut it. You know, so yeah, just put it on the phone. It'll work fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
awesome.
even got an updated video already, like ready
Thank you.
from my team
Awesome.
member. Yeah, don't worry. See, that's why you got to keep the course updated, like almost synced, you know, in real time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't do that though because it was just me. Now I have a dedicated team member that I brought on, and she'll be responsible for like bi-weekly checks on all the sites to make sure it's synced with the video. And then if it's not, she'll have like a document and actually record updated video, put it in the course in real time, and then I'll voice it over. You know, so I already have. I'm well aware, you know, like my goal is to make it super synced, maybe even like once a week, you know, updates. So that it's
Okay.
literally like what you see on the video is exactly what you see in the course. See, I'm not quite there yet. I use the text for that. Basically, in the lesson description, that was kind of like a stopgap measure, like because it's much easier to obviously type in the text, you know, than make a brand new video, edit it,
Yeah.
put in
Yeah.
annotations, voiceover. Like, you know, but I
That
do
makes
need to put
sense.
on. Yeah, it's, you know, but I'm
Yeah.
on that. I think within the next couple of weeks, the course will be like a whole new course, like a V2.
Mhm.
And then I'll migrate you guys to like a brand new course, like StellaSwap version 2. You know, it'd be
Oh,
all
nice.
new. All new videos, all new like text, flow, like everything. Yeah, because I want to make it as easy for beginners as possible, so they can actually like it's so easy that they don't even need to ask questions in Telegram. Like that's
Yes.
how synced it is. But for now, it's not
Yes.
quite there yet. But you know, that's always the goal. That's always what you want to reach towards. You know.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Cool. So yeah, guess. I mean, if you have any other questions, Laura, feel free to ask. It doesn't have to be just one question. You can ask many questions you want.
Yeah.
We're all hanging out. Yeah. I mean, there's no like limit. You can just talk. You ask me questions. That's what this kind of
Okay.
Q&As are for, you know. You can
Yeah,
always ask questions in
exactly.
the chat, obviously, in real time
Yes.
and get answers. So, you know, that's always available.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. So I can't really think of anything else. I just got to keep plugging along through the modules.
Yeah. And as you go
Yeah.
through it, you know, if you have any questions or things don't match with the video, you know, just like ask in the chat, you know, because every
Okay.
time people ask that and something doesn't match, I take that and I paste it into like the update document, you know, Google Doc,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
and then I
Yeah.
go through the course and I update like the things that people ask. But that's like once again, that's a stopgap measure.
Yeah.
In reality, I need to update the whole thing because it's been like 4 years since I did a
Oh,
complete
wow.
overhaul. Yeah, and I'm in the middle of doing that now that I actually have like people helping me out and a team instead of just me, because it was like one man show for the past 5 years doing everything,
Oh,
sales,
my.
marketing, support, product, like business development, everything. Like I did everything myself.
That's
Like, you know.
hard.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's how you train the fastest, you know. It's hard,
Yeah,
but now I know how to
exactly.
do everything in this business.
Yeah.
Like so now I can train others and
Oh,
delegate.
oh, yeah. Oh, I have one more question.
Yep.
I'm having a hard time doing the base network and getting it connected.
Okay.
Where do I go on base network
What do you mean
to
getting
see
confused?
see the URL and all those details that I need to plug it into MetaMask?
There's a link in the lesson description. If you go to
Okay.
that the lesson that says setting up base network,
Okay.
there should be like a link. I think.
I
One second,
tried
let me
that, but
check.
it said error.
That's okay. 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do it right now. You want to
Oh,
share your screen?
oh, okay.
Might as well
Just a second here.
do a little
So if
customer
I go
support.
back, how do I share my screen?
The green button on the bottom says share.
Oh, hang on. I'm on my laptop, but I'm on my phone with you.
No, if you
I could do it, the little green button. I could do it on my phone.
No, you need to share your desktop.
Yeah.
Oh, the
What you're
desktop.
actually trying to do it. Yeah, that's not gonna
Oh,
work.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would need to disconnect and connect to a Zoom session
On
through that
the
phone.
desktop.
Yeah, on
Okay.
the desktop.
Okay.
Yeah, on the desktop. Yeah, you
Okay.
can
Can you
disconnect
do
and
that?
connect back. Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave and then
Yeah.
come back.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Yeah. I think base is like you can automatically add it in MetaMask if I'm not
Well,
mistaken.
Yeah, you
I
can.
did do the
Yeah. So we'll do
link.
that for her right now. So
Yeah.
it's
I
fine.
did the link like you said, but it was already correct by default. But I don't want to tell somebody else it's going to be correct.
Yeah. No. She'll share the screen. We'll show how to do it automatically, and that's it.
But
Yeah, it's fine.
but guys, I need to drop now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. This is extremely helpful. I mean, I know you probably think we're crazy, but it for me it's very helpful.
No, what are you talking about? Of course not.
Fine. That's what this is for. I mean, that's
Yeah.
literally what I designed this product for. The Q&As, the Telegram. That's meant to provide maximum support to get people through it as quickly as possible. You know, so you learn and get to making money. You don't be learning. I know people don't want to be learning this crap. They want to make money. That's the goal. And all this stuff is just the means to that end. You know.
Well, I
Hey,
just want you to
SAP.
know I appreciate it, both of you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, guys.
Most
Talk to you
welcome.
later.
Right. Take care,
Bye.
Max.
Bye.
See if Lori comes on. We'll get her base network configured. Then I guess yeah, if you want, we can do our meeting like as soon as we finish with
If
her.
you want.
I
If
just
you
wanna,
wanna.
yeah, why not? Might as well. I'm already like kind of rolling, you know.
Okay.
So might
Sounds
as
good.
well, you know. And tomorrow I'll just have a day off, just chilling.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if we're just gonna do it. When she's gonna get on. I mean, if anything, we could do a one-on-one. But I figured, you know, it's always good to put like a one-on-one kind of thing where we help somebody on these recordings.
Yeah.
Why not? We got like
absolutely.
another 10-15 minutes. You know, I don't think it's gonna be difficult for her. You know,
Okay.
I'm thinking she was trying to do a manual adding, and she probably clicked on
Yeah.
some wrong link instead of
Yeah.
just going to add network and there's like base right there. You just click on it.
Yeah. Most
But I
likely.
didn't put that because you know I wanted to make sure that it's the right settings. So I put the link to the you know the
Yeah.
settings and whatnot. Yeah, man, just finished like 3 JVs in 3 weeks. Still kind of, you know.
1 JV per week. Wow.
Yeah, it was just like it was booked. Yeah, and I got another JV coming up on March 4th. You know, I
Okay.
mean, I could have booked more, but I don't want to because I need to work on a course update and you know
Yeah.
on the backend sequences. Well, all that stuff that I wrote too.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's pause. There we go.
Hello,
Hey,
Donna.
Don. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can share the screen now, if you want. You're muted. You might want to unmute yourself.
I'm
There you go.
on. I must be on my sister's Zoom. It says Donna.
Yeah, it's
That's okay.
okay. It's
That's
fine.
okay.
Yeah, it'll work anyway. Yeah, just share your screen.
Okay.
Let's get you set up with the base.
Okay.
Shouldn't
So
be too difficult.
yeah, sorry about that. I didn't have my Telegram set up right on my laptop, so that's why it took a bit. Oops,
That's
what
okay.
happened?
There we go. All right. Cool.
There we go.
So yeah, so click on that little fox icon
Where's that?
to the right.
MetaMask. The little
MetaMask.
fox.
Oh, the
icon.
MetaMask.
Yeah.
Yes.
The little fox icon at the top right.
Oh,
Should I take
for
control?
some reason my thing's at the top there. Is it supposed to be up there? Can I move that?
No, that's where it's supposed to be.
Okay,
At the
that
top
bar
right.
is up there. Let's see.
It's right there.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see it. No, but that's not it. The little fox icon
Yeah,
See to the right. Yeah.
to the
So
right,
click on-
more to the right.
because I've got the participants and all that bar on top.
All right. Let's.
Can I
let's
move
do
it?
This. Yeah. Request.
Oh,
just accept.
okay.
Accept remote control.
Remote control? Okay.
Yeah. Just accept it.
Okay, let's see.
Just click on yes.
Oh, auto accept. Okay.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did. I don't know why it's still up there.
No, you did not.
Like,
Request. Just click on yes. There you go.
Oh,
That's it. We
yeah,
got it.
and I'm really sorry. My laptop's really old. It's really slow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a problem. You might want to get a new one.
Okay.
That's like way too slow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can get a new one for like $400, $500, a new Windows laptop. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the problem. Like you're not
It's
gonna be
so
able.
slow. Takes
Yeah, yeah.
forever. Oh,
Forget
here
it.
we
Nah.
are. Uh,
Nah, you won't. There's no point setting up anything on this because it's too slow. You won't
it's
be
too
able to like.
slow. Takes too
Yeah,
long.
forget it. Yeah, yeah, it takes too long. You're not gonna be able to do yield farming. You need at least like a laptop where you can browse sites. Like
Oh, okay.
you don't need like a beefy one. You don't need like one with like video editing and games or anything like that. But you do need
Okay.
like a decent one, like a lower price one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Um,
barely pressing. Yeah, forget it. No, it's not gonna work out. All right, stop.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's your homework. Get like you need to get expensive one. Get like the cheapest, one you can find with like Windows on it.
Yeah.
I think you get one for like 400, $500 at like Best Buy or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
nothing crazy.
I've got a Toshiba and it's been working for 20 years.
No. You
That's
definitely need to
cute.
upgrade. No, that's
Yeah.
that's that's
Uh-uh.
not that's not that's not gonna cut it.
No,
Sorry.
what I'll do is I'll get another Toshiba maybe because I really
Yeah,
liked it.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Get a newer one.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all very easy stuff. But yeah, like many people run into this issue where they try to use like a super old laptop or a super old Mac, and they're like, "Oh my God, nothing's working." I'm like, "Yeah, this thing, it's time to like, put it in the
Get
garbage
rid of
can.
it.
It's time to get
Yeah.
rid of it. Come on now, like, you
Yeah.
don't need crazy equipment to do this liquidity mining stuff, but you do
Yeah.
need decent, laptop at the very
Decent
minimum.
equipment.
Like yeah, decent equipment, not crazy equipment. Like I get crazy equipment because I do crazy things, video editing and
Yeah.
and all that. Like yeah, so I do need that. You definitely do not. You just need something that
Okay.
can browse websites. Like that's it, which
Yeah,
is a
exactly.
which is a
Well, I've been
fairly low
using,
bar.
yeah, I've been using my phone and I feel comfortable with my phone, but do you think for trading it's okay?
No. You can't use the phone. You need a
Okay.
notebook. Yeah, yeah. You need a
Oh,
notebook.
okay.
Look at this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not a phone type of thing. Like
Okay.
you need a big screen. You need a mouse. You need to,
Okay.
not a big screen, like a laptop screen will do fine. Like once
Yeah.
again, you're not doing crazy things, but yeah, you need at least like a notebook, like a cheap one.
Yeah.
But a new one.
Yeah. Like I have a desktop, but I couldn't even download Firefox on it. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Nah.
What do
Like
you
you
think of
should.
that?
It's just old. Like I mean,
Like,
hardware does break.
oh, okay. Yeah, I
Dog.
couldn't even download Firefox. I gave up on that one.
Yeah. Just it's fine. Just get a
Okay.
new, and you need to do a fresh setup on a new notebook anyway. So you might as well
Okay.
just get a notebook, then go back to the very start and just go from module 1, lesson 1,
And then
install
just
all the
keep
soft.
going.
Yep, and then just go from module 1, lesson 1,
Yeah.
all the way to module 6, lesson whatever, the last one. That's why people
Okay.
they jump around. I'm like, I've made this course specifically as like a rail. You just go from the first lesson to the last one.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
yes, sometimes it's updated, it's a little convoluted. I'm working on that. That's one of the things that I'm to make the rail even like straighter,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
as much as possible, obviously. Like I
Okay.
can't make it super straight because there's multiple options. Are you in US? Are you outside of
Yeah.
US? And
Yeah.
that's like, yeah, it's like a whole flow. If you're in
Yeah.
US, use Coinbase, that's module 2. If you're outside of US, use Binance, that's module 2A. I put it in the text
Okay.
if you notice. But
Okay.
yeah, but I'm gonna put it in video now because a lot of people don't read the text and they just like some people try going to Binance when they're in US. They're like, "Oh, I'm trying to use
Oh,
Binance." I'm like, "Where are you located?" US. I'm like, "No."
oh, they're not following it.
No, you can't use Binance. I literally said that. Like,
Yeah.
in the description, I say, if you're in US, you know, keep going.
Yeah.
If you're outside of
Yeah.
US, skip this module, go to the next module. And they just
Okay.
don't read that little part because, they just listen to the
Yeah.
video and it's not in the video, which is, my fault. I should have put in the video, which I will
Yeah.
rectify shortly. Everything will
Okay.
be in the video. I might even make separate little intro videos, where it says, please listen, click on me first. And then it'll be me like saying, don't do that, like what I just told you. Like if you're in
Yeah.
US, keep going. If you're not in US and you can use Binance,
Yeah.
skip this whole module. Like don't even look at
Okay.
other videos. Just skip, go to 2A. And then same thing with, module 5 and 5A. Once again, Coinbase, Binance, 2 tracks.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I only did two exchanges because people are asking, oh, why don't you do like Kraken? Why don't you do crypto.com? Why don't you do I'm like, do you realize then I have to keep them all updated in real time? 6
Hmm.
of them, in
Oh,
addition to
wow.
MetaMask, Squid Router, StellaSwap, Like,
That's crazy.
Binance, Coinbase, and they all have teams that change the interface every 2 weeks.
It's not
Holy
worth
stuff.
it. Keep
Yeah,
it
like
simple.
I
Keep it
can't.
simple.
I
Yeah.
try to keep it as simple as humanly possible, you know.
Mhm.
But now with Binance, the new lessons on Binance, I'm actually gonna only give P2P for both putting the funds into the DeFi and taking it out,
Okay.
because P2P is available to everybody in the world. Anybody can use it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
banks, Binance doesn't connect to banks in many countries. So like, what's the point of me putting showing in the lesson how to connect it to a bank when like somebody in like Australia or Ukraine can't even use
Mhm.
that bank? And then they're
Yeah.
like calling me. They're like, I don't have that option. I'm like, great. But everybody
Yeah.
has P2P. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, oh, that's great.
Sounds
Well, thank you. And you're on every Saturday then?
no, I just do it when people ask for it because people
Oh,
mostly
okay.
ask in the Telegram chat. That's real
Okay.
time. If you have any questions, you could just ask it in
In the
Telegram.
Telegram.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we just reply within like 5-10 minutes. Like, it's both myself and Sasha in there now. So,
Okay.
this is mostly for people that just like when I get a bunch of new people coming in and some of them want to just like talk to me or see my face or, just hang
Yeah.
out. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But in reality, we don't really need this. You could just ask everything in real time in Telegram and get answers
Telegram.
in real time. Yeah,
Okay.
it's all set. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably not gonna do one next Saturday. I'll wait until another batch of people come in because as you
Oh,
see,
okay.
everybody keeps asking for, but there's literally like 2 people came,
Oh, yeah. Well, I forgot. But I think if you have it on the same time, it's good. But yeah, I completely forgot.
Uh,
Then it's on.
it's not really necessary. I just do it once in a while, if people ask for it. And like Max
Yeah.
asked for it, so I was like, okay, sure, I'll do one on
Oh,
Saturday.
that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, but next one
Okay.
probably not. All right, yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
No
I'll be in
problem.
touch
All
when I get
right.
my new laptop.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you. Welcome,
right.
Sasha. Thank you.
you. Thank you very much. And if there's
Care.
You're
anything you
welcome.
need on the chat, just
Yeah,
let
just
me
send a
let me
message in
know.
there and we'll help you out.
Okay.
And we'll help out.
Thanks
Right.
for both of you. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Okay. Take care.